Sorry, this water. Why?
Water is awesome.
Why niggas don't like the girl they got at home?
I had that conversation.
Oh my God.
So it's torn apart about that.
Just so everybody know, like I put out today to like I asked for fan questions, like, and I'm just going through them now. Like, this is hilarious.
Somebody really needs to know that answer. Somebody really.
You said why? You said why? So the question was.
The question is why niggas don't like the girl they got at home.
Why niggas don't like? yo, it's crazy.
Probably a headache. They're probably mad, combative, argumentative, and whatnot.
I think.
Or their expectations is too high.
That's a good question because, truthfully speaking, you ever saw a dude dealing with a certain type of woman, and then you see the girl he cheating with, and you be like, "My nigga, why you cheating?" And look what you got at home,
type, right?
And why you doing that, bro?
See, but that's where like the ratio of men to women come into play, because niggas be freestyling just because it be so many different.
To choose.
It be so many different things in your face, and it's like, yo, I just want to try shit today. Like,
I'm not even doing mini, miny, mo.
I think it be whoever bring the most peace of mind. That's not what you have at home. Like it's complete opposite of what you have to deal with.
I don't even think niggas just cheat because it ain't no peace at home. I ain't gonna lie.
Cause you could be getting peace at home,
niggas be having peace at home,
and
still want a peace,
and still be wildin'.
It's just be convenience, right? It's just really sometimes be convenient.
Should just be there.
See, and the fucked up part about that is, right? Me and my man Wes, shout out my guy Wes. We used to laugh and joke with each other, right? Because every time we used to hang out and go to the club, we knew that at minimum we always gonna be good for at least one. At least one.
At least one.
Right? At least one. Like, you know you're good for at least one. So think about that times the amount of times you may go out and hang out or do something. It's 365 days in a year. With that mentality, you know you good for at least one. You know how many different women that is in a year?
That's a lot of women.
If you meet 7 women, let's just say you met one a day, 7 women in that week. You at least good to smash at least 3 of them. No. I'm not saying you outside. I'm just saying.
When you do go outside.
I'm saying when you do go outside.
See, but what if outside don't even mean like going to like a function? What if you just be outside?
Just being outside.
That's what I'm saying. Like you just go.
You
to
can
store.
walk outside right now. It's gonna be a joint walking up the block right now.
What is your job? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got that much time.
I think depending on who
so
you are.
your female gets no time then, because you got all that time.
Not necessarily.
So how many? 7 bitches, 5 bitches a week. Okay.
I'm just saying.
So your female gets 2 days.
And I'm just agreeing with Kevin what he said. The ratio.
The ratio is crazy.
Of women to men. Y'all already outnumber us, right? And think about this, right? Between all the dumb derelict niggas that's going to jail, and then all the other niggas that's no disrespect, all the other ones that don't like women, that like that they like men.
You say, yo, the pool is kind of, it's kind of. You know
what I'm saying?
Right
for the straight men
with beards,
yo, you stupid.
Beards and bellies.
Beards and bellies.
You should have called it beards and bellies.
The straight men. Now you got a even bigger pool to play with. So, I mean, and it sucks, right? It sucks.
Oh, we know. We in it.
It sucks.
We here.
But it's just, but that's not even what I hate. You know what I hate?
What?
Is when you see a man and his girl fire, but then you see his baby moms. And be like, bro, you get fire joints all the
shit
time.
Happens, bro. That's really
and you chose to nut in that?
Shit happens is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
I mean, it's the same thing for men or for females also.
It's vice versa, right?
No.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I've seen my child's father is not like the.
Hey, don't do that to him.
I'm just saying my daughter's beautiful. But the fact of the matter is people who've seen my child's father, they like, how did it happen? I'm just like,
yo, look, shit happens.
The reason why I say it's different, the reason why I say it's different for men, because us men, we got a lot of different tools that we could catch y'all on a hook with. So, like, if it ain't gonna work with looks, it'll work with my charm. If it ain't gonna work with my charm, it's gonna work with some money. Like, we could play that game, and I know as long as I keep playing, I'm a win eventually.
There's gonna be something.
So you say you gonna hook, line, and sinker?
I mean, that's just how it go. Like,
so you don't feel like women got that?
It's different.
If she don't look good, it's over.
Not if she don't look good. It ain't like women not just out here fully attracting niggas with money. Not saying that none don't. But the percentage of that is very small. So women out here, they look their best. They put themselves together, and a lot of women got more things to offer. But us as men, I'm only talking about the general population of men. We don't be looking that deep.
Very true.
And there are some of us that do.
Very true, though.
Some of us actually looking at the value of the woman, but that's still after you initially speak to them. You got to be a little bit in to understand. Hold on, she shorty variable. I ain't letting her go nowhere.
What gives a woman value?
So for me, and I can only speak for myself, I just feel like as long as she's someone that can pick up where I lack. I don't need somebody to do the same thing as me. I don't need her to be exactly the same. If she is, that's cool too, but I don't specifically need her to be that. I need her to be the yin to my yang, if that make any sense. Okay. So where I lack, she's great at. So I'm gonna give an example. A lot of women are better organizers and planners, right? They naturally like that. Just I don't even know if it's just a part of their DNA, right? Yeah. But me, I'm horrible at planning and organizing.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I be going off a whim. I call you, yo, I'm in New York. Let's do a show.
Let's do a podcast.
You know what I'm saying? And then, so for me, that's literally how I've been living my life. But now if you get with a woman who understands the art of planning and organizing, she'll most likely help you
balance that out.
Yeah, or keep you a little more on track, or she'll be. So that's what I mean. Like it will have to be a balance in between those two things for me personally.
So, what gives a man value to y'all?
I think the ability to really hold down the household. Of course, leading is number one. At least to me, in my opinion, it is. Like you have to be able to lead. You have to be able to lead. You have to have a plan. Because how do you want a woman to be submissive to you if you don't have a plan? It got to be a solid plan in place. Even if we may fall for potential sometimes, most cases, we may fall for potential, but you got to be able to execute whatever your potential is in order for us to be able to be like, all right,
how long before that potential don't? How long do the potential card last?
I think that's our biggest downfall. We always go for potential versus say guys, they'll go off initial like, okay,
fuck potential.
Right.
This is what she's good at.
This is what it is now.
Because you know why? Because guys, at the end of the day, if you're a provider, you're a provider. You really 9 times out of 10 don't give a fuck if a chick makes enough. You just want to make sure she's good. You know what I mean? Because if you're able to provide, you provide. But us, we're so like, oh, he says he's gonna do this, or he's on his way to doing this, and then when he's not getting there fast enough, we're upset about it. So that's why I said before, we kind of gotta say what we need up front. And I feel like us as women, we're so scared of scaring a dude off or saying that we expect too much or thinking we expect too much, that we don't tell a guy that. So you two,
I'll tell him about it.
Well, I mean, I do too, but all I'm saying is a lot of females get so far deep and then they want to ask that question. Like, you never laid out what you wanted. Because most guys going to ask you what you're looking for. That's a question that people ask over food. Like, what you looking for?
Nah.
I don't think that question. No, I think if the guy doesn't have intentions, he's not asking that question.
Well, that's
definitely
true.
not.
Even if I got intentions, I'm not asking that because I know my intentions can always change.
Right. That's true.
So I mean,
true.
And it might sound fucked up, but I might be thinking it. But for me, I'm not gonna ask that question because that's a question that might actually that question might actually fuck you up in the long run.
Said he asked. Oh shit.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. But you also, like I said, some people, if they're not looking for that, or some females don't even be looking for relationships, and some guys just not looking for relationships. So they want to see where your mind is at before they even get that far.
You know, that's funny you said that. I don't mean to cut you off, but that's funny you said that. Because my personal belief is that deep down inside, I think we all looking for relationships. I think deep down inside, I think
what kind of relationships though?
True. But not even just what kind of. I think deep down inside, we all want something to call our own. Now, I think what
something or someone,
something. I mean, you know.
Nah, I'm just saying because
all right. So someone, or the reason why I said something is because we were speaking about the poly relationships and the different type of relationships. I mean, like, that's why I said something without putting, everything don't gotta be monogamous, right? But we all deep down inside, and it might be real, real deep for some of us, right? But I think we all deep down inside want something because, I mean, think about it. There's never gonna be a time to where, for the most of us out, for y'all that just practicing celibacy and all that, salute to you. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
You know?
But for the most part,
The rest of us that's fucking
Right.
No, I'm playing.
Because God forbid,
so for the most
be
part,
looking for companionship.
no,
That's funny.
for the most part, I feel like there's always gonna be a time to where even if you're not quote unquote in a relationship, you still want to entertain.
Right.
Or for a woman, you still want to be entertained. So I just think just for that simple fact alone, yeah, everybody low key wants something of their own.
Okay, so
Good.
another
Type
question
of
I seen
savage.
was why does the dynamic change between two people once those feelings come, like let's just say the commitment happens. Now the friendship get thrown out the window.
Pressure. I feel like there's pressure put on the situation after that. It's just like, all right, now we committed.
Yeah, but why
This
do
has
women
to
put
happen.
that pressure on the situation?
Men do it too.
I
Because
feel like it's invisible pressure because
It's
I
is.
feel
It's
like
definitely
it,
invisible. Well, this is
what
the
I'm saying.
dynamic shouldn't shift.
it
like,
does shift because even if, say, I'm dating and I know I had a good lineup, and once I commit to somebody, it's just like, all right, well, you're not gonna be doing this. You're not gonna be doing this. You got to do this. Like, I'm just like, but wait, like, like, what happened? What happened to us just chilling and enjoying the
You trying
company?
to keep your line up.
No, not trying to keep the lineup, but respectfully, like, why does things have to change the way we move? Yes, those people ain't gonna be there, but now it's just more of a box. Now we in a box because anything I do might piss you off, or you don't like the way I move. Everybody's different.
Like
but
there's this, like, people put these invisible rules on relationships now. Like, you commit to somebody, it has to look like this. And for me, right away, that's where the relationship ends. Like,
society does
it's
that.
over right there.
It's a mental thing.
So that's funny you said that, right? Because I've been a person who did this, and not necessarily on purpose, but I definitely did it a bunch of times, right? Like, you start a vibe with someone that either A, you don't want to keep, or B, you can't keep up with. So it's kind of like we were speaking in one of the last episodes about the telephone thing, right? And it's like, putting in time and speaking to this woman, it really, can trigger just a connection, all right, between the two of you. So if me and her is kicking and talking and we talking on the phone every day, of course, naturally, she might learn some things about me that she might like and vice versa, right? And I think when you put in that time in the beginning,
you create that. You creating a
create-
expectation.
creating a vibe.
you
So
create a
now-
vibe that either.
You have to pick up the phone. You got to
That's
keep
where
that
I
up.
used to go wrong at.
Don't.
Because now once you don't,
Yeah.
That is the
Entertaining
craziest shit
somebody
in the
else.
world.
now, and let me tell you, and I've really learned that about myself through the pandemic. Because through the pandemic and like right after the pandemic when everything was real slow, I was answering for everything.
Right.
Everything. 3, 4 in the morning, whatever. I'm picking up the phone. I'm up. I'm answering.
So I'm a
When
big.
shit came back though, and now
Right.
with me now moving around and
can't
state
do all
to
that.
state, now I can't do all of every single moment, but I will keep up with you. I will make sure in the morning time when I wake up, I'm gonna shoot you a good morning text. You know what I'm saying? So I will, if I can't answer your phone call right now, right? I'm gonna text you, say, yo, I'm doing such. I'm gonna hit you back.
Yeah.
And I started to realize over time that, women wasn't respecting that, not because they didn't respected the whole thing. I think they respected because that's not the foundation I laid in the beginning.
See, so I saw a video earlier. It said, and this lady, she's sitting there with Steve Harvey and a bunch of other people. So, like, that made what she said, like, law, because everybody agreed with her. She said when a man is not doing the same things that he did in the beginning on that honeymoon stage, that means for sure his feelings change or there's somebody else. And I just don't agree with that.
I don't agree.
I
I
feel
don't
like that's
agree with
bullshit.
I
that
don't agree
either
with that at
because it's like, all right, you setting the expectation. I'm a big believer of do not introduce a vibe that you cannot maintain.
That's
I'll
fucked
tell
up.
you that straight up. Do
But
not.
that's fucked up.
No, how is that fucked up?
Because
shit
shit
people's
happens.
lives change.
Okay,
Like,
shit
shit
happens,
happens.
but then you also have to communicate that as well.
I
Like
could, but it's like, all right, so point, he just said during the pandemic, right? You have no choice but to adjust to like the
But your
fucking world just
circumstance,
shut
right,
down.
yeah,
Like you have no
yeah.
choice but to adjust to that. So a nigga that's probably running around all day, like we was outside, we was in and out of different states all the time, like, and then it went from that to you got to sit in the house.
Facts. And I'm not
gonna lie to you, like I lost my mind for like
I did
I
too.
think all of us
a
did.
little bit.
I
At
was at
first, I was
peace.
kind of like, oh shit, I don't gotta go nowhere.
I
I could
was
chill.
at peace
I was
in the
not at
house.
peace.
But then it was like, yo, I can't go nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
and it was like,
To not go somewhere on your own is one thing. But
it's
not
one
go
thing. But
somewhere
now
on-
you just
That's-
can't go
that's
nowhere.
different, right?
So like, you gotta adjust to that. So I feel like, of course, in that time frame where niggas, you got a little bit more time on your hands. You probably do have a little bit more time to get to know somebody or talk on the phone or whatever it is. Cool. But like you said, when the world picked back up and now them bill collectors is coming, they like, yo, I know y'all niggas ain't
Gotta
pay no
move,
rent
gotta
last
move
year.
around.
What's up? Like, we need that.
Yeah.
Now niggas is back to work like at a different pace, and it's like either they got back to what they was doing or they had to figure something else out.
Yeah.
And of course, like that vibe he introduced at a certain point in time, and I'm not saying during the court, I'm just saying in general, like that vibe he introduced, something's gonna happen at some point.
Okay, but
That's gonna change that.
Of course, it's gonna change, but it doesn't have to drastically change
What
the
if it
whole
does?
dynamic. Then okay, then you got to speak up about that.
And that's-
Because my thing is, okay, were you telling the females that you was talking to like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do A, B, C, X, Y, and Z?
No.
Communication.
But
Okay,
at the
but then
same
when it
time-
happens, you let them know like, yo,
But at the same time,
shit look different for me now.
when it do come about,
Mhm.
I never did it beforehand. Like I never been like, yo, all right, well, shit about to change.
Most guys are
'Cause
definitely
you're not prepared for it to even have that
They're not,
conversation.
Yeah, but when it did happen and you start making a complaint about it, yes, I will 100% have a conversation and be like, listen, X, Y, and Z is going on right now in my life, right? I'm still gonna give you attention. I'm still gonna speak to you. It just might not be as much as I probably would like to, right? Because now things is moved on. Like me right now in this moment I am right now, right? I fly to New York to come do a show. I fly to New York to come do this. And I gotta go to Atlanta, go do this. And I gotta go to California and do this. Like right now, however, my communication is not gonna stop. But the amount of times we able to talk on the phone, that may dwindle down.
Is gonna be limited, and I feel
Facts.
like that's up to the person that you're talking to as
That
well to be able to expect that and not place the expectation on the actual
I think it
vibe
sound good.
to be maintained.
It sounds good.
It sound good. Like, tell me, just let me know.
I mean, I'm the
Women
type of
always say,
female,
just let me know.
I don't have that high of an expectation. If you're a busy person, you're a busy person. I'm busy too. I don't want to answer my phone all the time.
People always,
I may
this is
not be
another
able
thing
to.
that I hate, and we got to defund this phrase. Nobody's that busy.
That's a lie.
We got to defund that because,
That's a lie.
nah, literally, we got to defund that. Let me tell you why.
I totally agree with that because
totally
if you're
agree.
single with no kids, people definitely
I be
feel like
looking
you're
like, what
not
you busy
that
doing?
busy.
What does
Like,
that
what you-
mean? What does that mean, though?
Well, I mean, to other people who they measure their lives and what they have to do based on somebody else, but you cannot measure your time according to somebody else's.
Why not?
I hate when people do that because it's just like my level of busy is not your level of busy.
That's it.
And you might be busy doing nothing, but you're busy. You feel me? Like that's
Yeah,
what
but
you
like,
choose to be busy
but that's what I'm
doing.
saying. I'm
You
like,
feel me? So
people
I
really be
can't
like,
knock
oh,
you.
there's
Right.
nobody that's that busy, and it's like, bro,
Right.
you literally have no idea what's going
What
on
is
on the
going
other
on.
side of that person's phone.
Right.
You have no idea.
And that's what I was gonna say when she was saying like you can't, you when you're pulling away, like mental health plays a lot in that. People are not, they're gonna shift in the way they move before you really figure out what's going on with them. So if they're not telling you and you're not speaking to them and they're shifting, is something because they're either trying to figure it out and
Yeah.
they don't want to tell you before they figure it out, or they figured it out and they just like, fuck, how am I going to like maintain what I have going on? So us as females, we never asked that first. We never, and I'm
Ask what?
I'm gonna speak for myself. We never asked really what's going on in a guy's mental. We just want to know why the fuck you ain't calling us and doing everything.
The surface
Nah,
part.
I do. I'm sorry, I do.
You ask about their mental
She
health.
lying.
I went through mental health, so I do. I
Okay,
definitely
I mean,
understand
I'm
it.
just saying,
so
but most
if
females
if
are not
something-
checking for guys' mental health
At all.
Yo,
And
and
I'm
that's-
telling you that because I
right.
chill with a
Most
bunch of
females are
guys.
not.
So hold on, y'all.
chill
I
with
want
a bunch
to
of
clap for her for saying that, y'all.
Nah,
Because-
that ass.
yes.
I
No,
fuck
no,
with
no,
that.
not for you. For you even
Oh.
admitting that and bringing it up.
Oh, I know.
The
'Cause I had
fact
to
that you
learn.
do too, I'm
I
clapping
had-
for you too.
But I had to learn. And
Because
I had
let me
to
tell y'all
learn.
something. The truth of the matter is, I could speak for myself, but I know a lot of men, so I could speak for a lot of us as well. The crazy thing is, when we going through whatever, we trying to figure something out, trying to get to the next level, or we stuck somewhere, the last thing we want to do is be on the phone with y'all talking
Dead
about
ass.
nothing.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Yo, like, I can't right now.
Like the last thing I'm trying to do is have a comment, and then
this
and
is
then
what
and
I'm
then here go-
saying.
and the worst part of it all is, and this might sound fucked up, ladies, so please, I know y'all been frying me, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Like, this might sound fucked up, but the truth of the matter is, y'all want to ask us why, what happened, and we know in our minds most of the time, don't matter what we tell you, y'all can't help us.
Or you literally,
Well, y'all really don't know what the
you
fuck
not,
to do.
you don't get it,
know.
or you just won't get
Or
it.
you're not gonna get it.
You're just not gonna
it's
understand
like,
it.
So it's like y'all want us to lean on y'all shoulders and express, right? And be all vulnerable and let you know what's going on. And then in the reality, and even if you did do that, the man sit back and he look at himself and be like, you
Oh
just
my
Why
God,
the fuck did I
The
just
crazy
tell
thing
you
is
that?
sometimes
are we
Right,
speaking
right,
to you?
right,
told you that.
Are we speaking to you to get to some real answers, to really find a solution? Or are we speaking just to let it off our chest?
and sometimes niggas don't even want to do that.
Niggas don't
No.
want to let it off their
Like,
chest.
I don't even, yo, I don't even want to talk to you about
Most
this
guys
shit.
are
Guys
not
won't.
that in touch with their feelings to actually go that deep because they too busy trying to figure it out first. They
No,
not gonna
I
go
don't
there
think it's
first.
about. I don't think it's about being in touch with your feelings. Like, I think
Some men don't like to communicate their feelings. Let me say that. They don't like to express their feelings that deeply until they figure out what's going on mentally, and then they
okay.
can
Let me
talk about
let me
it.
speak for myself
Yeah,
personally.
right.
Okay? Like, I'm really. It's not even about being, because I'm in touch with my feelings. Like, I could identify
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
what the fuck I'm feeling,
Yeah.
why I'm feeling that,
That's a blessing.
where it came from,
Yeah.
what the backstory might have been. I could literally identify it, right?
Yeah.
And then there are times that I could look at myself and go, that is nobody else's fucking problem.
Facts.
Because
Yes,
you know what
that's
it's
a fact.
So it's not even about.
It's
It's
a
not
gift
even
and
the
a
fact
curse,
that
right?
It's not even that I don't want to tell them. It's just like,
What they gonna do?
what's gonna happen when I tell you?
What's the solution? There
You
is
gonna
none.
hug me? I don't want to fucking hug right now. Like,
Facts.
give me a. Let me just give me a second.
Sit and marinate in a solution. Like you
Yeah, I
try to
gotta
figure
figure.
that
I'm
out
very
first.
solution oriented. So if I can't come up with, or we can't come up with something, like, I don't even want to put that on another person
Kev,
sometimes.
and the worst thing you could hear is, "Yo, don't worry, it's gonna be all right."
Yo,
That
like,
is the
no,
worst
the fuck
thing
is
you
not.
can hear. No, it's not.
That will literally. That's
That'll
the
piss me
trigger.
off.
I don't want
That's the
anybody
fucking
telling me
trigger,
that when
right?
I express
That's what I'm
my
saying,
when I
like,
express
you
my
said,
issues.
yo,
Yo, let me
So-
tell you,
You
I
just
almost
pissed me
caught
off.
myself thinking I'm in a situation right now. I'm about to be like, bitch.
Right.
No, it's not gonna be okay at all. Actually,
like no, like
forget it. Just forget it.
just forget it now.
yeah, nah. I think a lot of times, like, people disconnect, and things change, like dynamics change,
Facts.
and I feel like women put too much power in cheating or there possibly being another person, right?
Bro.
So it's like, before you even get a chance to really understand what that nigga might really be having going on his side, you already killing yourself thinking
it's some
it's
other bitch.
something else or somebody else.
Bro.
They think so on the surface level, and it's like, that's why like nobody not thinking about nobody mental health
It's crazy
in a
because
relationship.
I literally, normally I'm up throughout the night watching whatever, or being up on my phone, or I'm big on like
Pornhub.
research, like Pornhub, right? No, really, it's
Research.
XNXX.
That's research.
Research.
XNXX. Fuck Pornhub.
That's my shit.
XNXX.
Said,
For all y'all
nah.
out there that- you know what I'm saying?
All the research that I'm doing,
But I literally just be up doing whatever, right? And I think any female I've talked to kind of know that. At the same time, though, there are some times where a nigga just fall asleep.
yo, women don't believe that niggas fall asleep.
I had
at
a
all.
real problem with that.
So if
I had
I'm
a
talking
real
about a girl will be
problem with
calling me,
that.
blowing my phone up, and then send me a text, "Oh, you must be with some bitch."
Yo,
I can't be asleep.
yo, there's no way that a nigga could be asleep at 2 a.m. It's like, what?
It's my thing is, it's like, all right, yo, I'm about to go to sleep. Oh, like,
they
I'm
don't
a
always-
little tired.
But it don't happen
or I'm
like
about
that.
to just sleep.
It don't happen like that.
It don't,
though.
because y'all just fall asleep.
Sometimes people sometimes just fall asleep. Also, think about it this way, right? Let's just say I am with another bitch. Let's say I'm dead cheating, like right now.
Right.
Do you think I'm gonna answer the phone?
I'm gonna answer the phone.
Of course,
No.
you're not going to answer the phone.
Not
You're not going to
gonna
answer the
answer
phone.
the
You're
So
probably
why
not-
the fuck
you're
you
not
think
gonna tell
calling me
anything.
37
Don't call me
times
six, right.
is going? I'm now putting my shit on
Respectfully.
do not disturb because now you getting me tight.
And then even if I was asleep, I'm definitely not answering because you pissed me off. So respect.
Like, come on, son.
I mean, I've had the shoes on the other foot. Like, oh, you must be out doing something. No, I fell asleep putting my daughter to sleep. No, you not. You smoking hookah. I mean, and, you know what I mean?
Like, damn, I gotta be smoking hookah right now. Like, there's no way I could be in
But
bed.
now I'm gonna
sleeping.
wake up and go smoke hookah because I woke up to the text.
And I'ma put it in
it's
my
over.
story.
Like, that's it. Put it in the
Blow the
story.
hookah in the camera. Like, I think society puts way too much power into cheating. Like, way too much. Like, they give it too much power. Like, and people manifest that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
People manifest that
Absolutely.
fucking shit so heavily because it's like you're thinking so much about this, and that's where I think the friendship vibes being taken out once you start like a commitment or you start getting to that place. Now it's like right away the clock goes for when is this person gonna cheat on me?
Right. It's the
There's
one
nothing else going on
Waiting
in that
for the shoe to
relationship. Like
drop, right.
that is the clock that
I was
starts.
going to say that too.
Women automatically start
Yeah.
the clock like, oh my God, let me see when this nigga starts
What's gonna
changing up.
happen?
When he
When's
gonna,
the bullshit
like,
gonna
no,
start?
how about
Like-
let me just see, okay, you know what? I remember when he used to like this. Or I remember when he liked that. I remember
But
when
let
we
me
first
play
met, he
devil's
liked
advocate.
this.
I
Go ahead.
gotta play devil's advocate. You know me. The problem is though, a lot of us give them that ammunition because a lot of us do really be with other bitches. So it's real talk. So it's like in a person's mind, right?
That's not what I
can't
thought he was gonna say
stand
at all.
Nah,
but
but
go
do
ahead.
the monkey wrench.
damn.
I'm like,
I'm keeping it real.
Nah, facts.
In a person's mind, it's like, and this is why I realized I had a problem because I picked and choose when I felt like answering, right? So let's say a person
Answering what?
calling
Oh,
the phone.
phone.
Oh.
So let's say a person calling you and you pick and choose. So it's like, okay, cool. This nigga always answers. So now in their mind, it's only one reason why he
That you
won't pick
wouldn't
up the
be
phone.
answering. Yeah.
It's only one reason why he not answering. The truth is, maybe this nigga sleep, or maybe this nigga really busy. Regardless of whatever the truth may be, it's already in their mind
That he answers all the time.
that he correct. So now,
And this is why I don't answer.
but
my
it's
phone
kind of
all
fucked
the
up.
time.
It's kind of fucked up because now,
That's jaded.
No, it's not.
no,
It's not.
But if you say that, then that means the woman
No,
is jaded.
it's not.
That's what I'm saying. But
No,
my
because
thing
I
is-
literally like if I'm busy, I'm literally like there's times like if my
know
phone.
you're like we know you're is if you're dealing with a certain type of dude or you know what he is already into, you know he's going to be busy. Now the level of busy is what the problem is, right?
What does that mean?
So
The
like
level
all I'm
of
saying
busy?
is it's like you say
I mean, it's
never answer my
subjectable
phone.
sometimes,
You say I
like-
never answer my phone. It's just like okay.
I didn't
well,
say never. But I'm saying there's times I really will make sure like if my phone ring, I'll answer, right? If I'm in a space or I'm in the
but
environment
you just
where I
say
could do
you
that.
rarely ever answer.
I
your
rarely
phone.
ever answer my
So my
phone.
point is, it's like a female can't even get mad because then she should know
That's
just
that's
something.
because you know
how
that.
she is.
Like, oh, this nigga
But at
really
the
don't
same
answer
So
phone.
time-
when it changes, you're just like, wait,
But at the
wait,
same
wait,
time,
wait.
if a man say, "Yo, I'm gonna call you back," can you let that
But
man
New
call you
Yorkers
back?
don't call you back. Nobody
Nah, that's a
says
fact.
that, and nobody calls
If I tell you I'm
really
gonna call you back,
it's
enjoy
not
your
happening.
day. Like
So
I
nobody
enjoy your day.
won't
Some
believe that
people
you
just
gonna
be,
call me
I'ma
back.
call you
It's
back
over.
to death, like, and it
This is
just
what I'm
don't
saying,
happen
like, forget-
sometimes. So it's like,
That's not
It's
a real
over.
thing. Calling people
but-
back is not a real thing when you say that.
But
though.
calling him back don't make it no better either.
Yeah.
so how about if I shoot a
1,000
text saying
times,
you
right.
forgot about me?
Not gonna happen.
Say it again.
So how about if I shoot a text and be like, oh, you forgot about me? Because
No, I didn't
what if it
forget.
go the whole day? Then what happens?
But then it's clip.
wait, what's clip? What that mean?
A whole day. You went to sleep. That means you went to sleep. You went to sleep comfortably, mind you, and you didn't even say, "Yo, you know what? I was busy day." Blah blah blah. It's 15 seconds. Send a text.
Yo, I hate when people
15
do that.
seconds.
Oh my god. Oh, it only takes 10
15.
seconds to do.
15. You took a
Yo.
shit. You pissed. You ate. You in that span of time, you could have been like, "Yo, oh, I ain't even called." You not think about me. It's
Wait.
fine. I
See,
get
and
it.
this is where we
got a
go.
I
question,
get it.
But
Go
I
ahead.
have a question. Don't you think that's a little selfish because you're putting expectations for that person to operate how
You would operate.
So
That you're definitely very selfish, but in respect to that, if you really do
I
care
love
about
women
somebody,
being on here,
you are not
taking accountability.
you are not going to
I love
sleep
that.
without making sure who somebody you care about knows that either I'm busy, I'm not busy, I'm headed to sleep, or you're going to sleep, or you good. That's it. I don't have to be on the phone. I don't even like talking on the phone. That's me.
Wow,
I don't.
hate
I don't.
it.
So you're a
I like talking on the
texter?
phone.
You're a
I hate it.
texter?
Nope, I don't like texting either.
I hate it.
I'm really that person, and that probably ruined half of my relationship. That's fine. But the fact of the matter is, it's just like it takes that simple of a text. At least I'm gonna do that much. I'm gonna do that much just to make sure he knows, like, I'm just not. Of course, wherever our minds go when we think that we're not talking to each other.
See, but that's the problem. Because I don't want to reach
the
out to
mechanism
you
goes-
just because I don't want you thinking I'm in some pussy right now.
Well,
Like,
I'm not
and
saying
that's-
that, but
'cause
all
now-
I'm saying
because
is
now-
is
because
I'm just
now I'm
sending a
reaching out to
text,
you,
Send a
and
text
I'm
to show
literally-
that I care.
I'm massaging your bullshit.
Correct.
All right. So how
You're
about
creating a hard cushion.
if it was the other way around, where a female was doing what y'all do,
Which
which
means what?
as we're not answering our phone, or we always pick up the phone, and then that one time we don't pick up the phone.
So
I'm different. Like, because if you don't pick up the phone, my brain, like I said before, my brain is not gonna be like, oh my God, she's sucking dick.
Everybody don't.
But
think
everybody
the
don't
same.
think
Nobody
like
don't
that.
think like that.
And
I ain't
I've
gonna lie, if you
definitely
don't-
been in situations
If you
where
don't answer the phone with me,
otherwise
it's
was
just you
thought.
just didn't answer
You didn't answer the phone. I'm
Some
gonna
guys
catch you
don't
on the
care.
other
Some
side.
guys don't care. And most guys don't care.
Now it's a difference. Now, there's a difference. If me and you just got off the phone, and now for some reason now you're not answering the phone, and it's literally a very small window. Now I do believe, right? People do fall asleep very fast, right? There's people, there's some people that could fall asleep, or there's somebody that could just got into whatever. But I personally believe, like, when you're already on the phone, you're already doing whatever, and something happened where you have to hang up, you calling right back, right? Now, I do believe that in that moment, right, even if I can't talk no more for that moment, I have to text you back and be like, yo, you know what? I got into something I'm doing now. Yo, I'll call you back whenever I get a chance. Or you can call me back at such and such
Out
time.
of respect.
I could respect that.
Now, that's in that moment. But if me and you wasn't speaking and you ain't know what been going on with me for that day, the shit that killed me is I could have got hit by a car. I could have got shot.
How will we
Coulda jumped off
know?
a
I coulda got-
bridge.
You wasn't communicating efficiently.
Who's
But
gonna
who the fuck is communicating
Who's gonna call and
on the
communicate?
ambulance?
Yo, babe, I'm on a stretcher right now. On
I
my
just
way
got
going to
cooked.
Woodhull Hospital. Like, huh?
Nah, it don't work like that.
It
don't
doesn't.
work.
It
Don't
doesn't.
work like
It
that.
doesn't. It can't. But
So
the fact of the matter
that's
is,
my point. Before you go jump into conclusions and start just reaching, how about let the whole thing play out? Because for me, what I do is I let the whole thing play out. Because when I catch you in whatever bullshit you might be in, the whole thing is gonna be clear
See,
as
look
day.
at this is my point
No,
right
no,
here.
but
But wait, the
listen,
question-
Why
hear
are
me out.
we even thinking about you
No,
being
just
in
hit-
some bullshit?
because
Like,
the
Because
truth
that's
of
the
the matter
first
is-
thing that comes to somebody's mind
the truth,
sometimes.
because the truth of the matter, that ain't the first thing that comes to my mind. But the truth of the matter is, if there is some bullshit, there may not be no bullshit.
well, my point is, why is your brain even on the if?
Because
It's
if
a
is-
possibility.
Because it's always a
No,
possibility. It's always a
no.
possibility.
That is the problem with relation, and this is why I said as soon as there's some establishment of commitment or some establishment of attachment, maybe not the commitment part. When the attachment
It's that in between
is
phase.
established, right?
in
That you have
between.
attachment to this person, and you kind of like, oh, I fuck with them. Like, damn, even if I didn't plan to, I fuck with her. Like,
You want to know?
now it's like, oh shit, how the fuck do I keep her around, or how do I keep her from being with somebody else? When like that's a bad place to think.
Like I said, it's the in between period.
It's a bad place to think from.
It's hard. It's
Because
hard in
now
that
all of a
period.
sudden he's like, yo, if there's some bullshit that you might be in, I don't even want to think that way about a
I don't
woman
want to
that I
think
like.
that way either. I'm just saying, if there is something, then it's gonna eventually show itself. Is what I'm saying.
Let me ask you a question. If you're in a relationship, I'm saying relationship point of view or whatever your situationship might be. I'm not saying what it is. Whatever. No titles because I'm not a title person. But all I'm saying is if you don't hear
She
from the
gonna be a
person,
fan favorite.
if you don't hear
the
from
niggas.
a person that you are with or dealing with or whatever for a full day, you're gonna say you don't feel no type of way?
Yes, I don't feel no way.
I ain't gonna lie,
I don't
that
feel
shit
a way.
don't bother me.
I don't feel no way.
I mean,
One day.
I asked a question.
No,
I
no,
asked
no.
a question.
Yo,
I
no.
wanted to read
You
the
know
room.
what I
A
feel
lot of
away?
things can happen in one day.
You know what?
I'm
you know
gonna
what
feel
I
away
feel
too.
I'm asking.
See, but here's the thing. My
You
bad.
would feel away?
Hold on.
I would feel away.
You will feel away.
So
what?
you
I
saying?
need a text message or the short phone
This is
call
what
or
I'm saying,
something.
but this is
like,
the way
wait,
women
wait.
think
So
towards
you're
men
saying-
and towards men.
Not 100% though. Like depending on the situation, yeah. But if you could call me for like a second and just be like, "Oh, hey, I was thinking about you and whatever," like I just wanted to shoot you a call or a text, blah blah blah. I'm okay with that.
Okay, so
you're
let
busy.
me ask you a
And
question.
that's
But do
just
you
me
see the difference in the
understanding the
way
person
men
that I'm
think to
talking
women
to.
think? It will bother us to death, and they just like la 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 la. Talk to her
So
in the
let me
morning.
ask you a question though. So let
They
me ask you a
don't
question
care.
because I think it's okay to have feelings, right? Like you felt the way.
You're supposed to, 'cause
It's
you care.
okay.
You
You're
care,
human. You're
right?
human, right?
You care.
So naturally, things might bother you. Things might make you excited. Like whatever thing.
Yeah.
It's natural for you to have feelings.
Yeah.
I think, and I don't know if it's just in our community with Black people, we don't know how to problem solve, right? So
True.
like, when you do feel a way, how do we go
how
about
do you
that?
handle it?
Because
Sulk. You don't
because
even
like,
speak on
okay,
it.
cool. She said, what'd you say? Damn, you forgot about me. It's a valid thing to say. It's playful almost. You know what I'm saying? And I think now it's up to the guy to respond in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To let you know, like, yo, you know what? Nah, I didn't forget about you. This is what happened. He might even apologize. Like, yo, you know what? My bad. I could see how me
Yeah.
not reaching out to you for a whole day might have
Yeah.
bothered you. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? Like,
Correct.
and I feel like sometimes the approach
Correct.
is where
It's
it's the tone, it's the approach, it's the things that you actually say that could really set the tone of where this conversation about to go. And chances are, it's going left. It's going left
This
because
is why I don't like texting, because the tone is
texting
always,
or either way, it don't
it's
matter
just-
how it goes.
Well, the
If you
tone-
approach me in a certain
text
way,
will set the tone before you even get the phone call. You understand?
If you
So
approach
Nah,
me
I
a
feel
certain
like
way-
tone could get misconstrued in a text message real easy. I'm gonna
tone
pick
could
up
get
the phone and call
misconstrued.
you.
For me, at least, it could get misconstrued anyway.
Right.
So I feel like if we gonna talk, if you're gonna address an issue with me, and I don't think I'm petty, but I'm very, very like dismissive of like certain energies.
Yeah.
Right. So like the second
I
that
don't
you
like the way this
Nigga
is
like your
going.
mouth.
Nah, like the
Talk to you
second I
later.
feel like you approaching me a certain way, and I might very well be wrong. Let me just say that.
Doesn't
I might
matter.
be
You don't wanna
100%
talk
wrong.
about it.
If you press me like, nah, you a bitch ass nigga, and the thing that you did, I'm gonna probably right away ignore the conversation.
Petty as fuck.
I'm not even gonna respond to you.
That's how you get beat
You know,
up. Like,
that-
forget
yo,
it.
let me tell you, that's,
Because we could have spoke about that in a different way. We might have got somewhere.
But what if you weren't communicating efficiently because you don't answer your phone? So
But
how
we-
you gonna
but-
talk about it?
But here we are now. Let's not talk about what happened.
And then she's already mad. She's on full force
See,
now.
but I also think it's okay to be mad. We
Yeah.
are human.
let me
Right.
tell y'all
I think
something.
it's
I'm
just
gonna
how
tell
you
y'all.
go
level
about
of
it at the end of the
I think
day.
there's a level of
feelings.
where like, okay, look,
Where you gonna
I'm
go
pissed
with it?
off, but I respect you, right?
Yeah.
And I fuck with you. And I also feel like if I value you, this is why we even gonna have the conversation.
Correct.
If whatever I did pissed you off to the point where you don't even care about
Talk
me,
about it, then
don't address me.
we don't have to talk about it.
Please don't address me because you're gonna address me in a way that's gonna piss me off, and we're not gonna have a productive conversation at all.
so I,
I actually got a question. So
Go ahead.
at what point do we actually start taking accountability, right? So like save Kev, right? Kev, you understand how our industry works. We be busy and things come up. And
Like
if you,
that.
And if you tell somebody that off the gate, this is my industry, this is how I am, at what point do you need to start taking accountability and saying, hey, they've been showing me the signs. Now it's up to me to respond. Do I want to keep talking to this person? Do
Or
I
not.
wanna move, or
And this is
or
what I
not?
said. If you know the type of person you were dealing with off the jump, you can't be mad 6 months later knowing that's exactly how they were when you met them. They showed you
Right.
energy. They spent time maybe for whatever situation they had going on. Say you have a project that came up, you got to be in Cali for 2 months. You're not gonna get that same energy. Are you okay with that?
Right.
That's why a lot of females they won't initially say, and I'm only speaking for myself because I've been through it. I won't say what I might not like until I get in it. You understand? So you might not say like, listen, I need time, I need attention, I need at least 2 days a week. We need to do date night, whatever
See, don't
it is.
tell me no shit like that.
You whatever it is. But all I'm saying is, if we're two busy people and we do have to structure our lives around spending time in that manner, you have to whatever works for those two individuals. That's what you have to say off the front. If you're a busy person and you moving here, moving there, whenever you're in New York, I need to see you for 2 days.
but
all
I
I
will
need.
say this. But I will say this. And I am someone who is a busy person. I definitely be in another city damn near every week, if not every other week, right? So, but what I do realize is
Stay single.
Right?
just stay single. That's the answer.
Who's
Just stay
signing up
single.
for that?
No,
I just
no,
don't
no,
think. I don't
They
think
will.
You're not winning with a woman now.
But how
But-
long
my-
is it gonna do
my-
it?
But what I realize is this though, bro. What I realize is there is gonna have to come a time when you're gonna have to figure out something that could work for her too. Because the truth of the matter is, like, I don't want to be alone forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do hopefully one day would love to get married. One day I want to have a kid, right? So I do realize that there are things that's gonna have to take place in order for those things to happen. I just wish that, you know, there's a way you could be able to express yourself like that in the very beginning, and that woman understands and respects it. Don't
not
just listen
saying
to
that.
it.
Not
This
just
is what
saying
I'm
No,
that.
they
And
have
that's
to
why I'm saying-
align to it as well.
And
Understand
then 6 months later,
and
it's not
respect it
working.
Because the reality is there needs to be adjustments on both parts.
on both ends.
Right.
So it's
Right.
not like
Some type of
you
balance
don't
or
a nigga
compromise.
can't just walk into the situation like, bitch, I'm busy.
Right.
Deal with it. Like, nah.
Nah. I'm talking
can't.
about.
There
I'm
needs to
talking
be
about
adjustments
really,
on both sides.
Really have a conversation and understand and respect each other's
Right.
opposition, and then like, now that everything's out on the table, how do we
Where do
meet
we
each
meet?
other? Yeah, in the middle.
Yeah.
But that conversation, and this is only my personal experience, that conversation only goes right with somebody who's like-minded. Because I think if someone who understands moving around, because they also move around, but they're willing to sacrifice to do whatever they got to do to make it work, because that's what they know, because that's what they do too, then that conversation is way easier to have.
Even if y'all not, let's say, like, what y'all do runs parallel to each other, right? I think there should be like some type of open-mindedness to adjustment, and just knowing that conversation that y'all have or that y'all had, it's not a conversation that's gonna be one time.
Not to be revisited.
You're gonna revisit it because things are gonna be changing based off of situations. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if our job is based around what's happening in the moment, nigga might not be hot right now.
Right.
And then shit might heat up 3 months from now, and now it's like,
And
yo,
now what? Right.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think conversations happen, and then it's people go, okay, well, this is what you said.
Yeah.
I know what I said 3 months ago when I wasn't busy or I wasn't as busy.
Definitely gotta adapt.
This is what it looked like now. And I feel like you should be able to have those, like, okay, you know what? Growth. That's growth. Like,
Yeah, that's
okay,
growth.
things are going in a different direction. So, okay, now how do we meet each other? Where do we meet each other?
Because I definitely had a
life.
woman. I definitely had a woman tell me, "Well, I'm gonna go find a man that got time for me." Then you go find him, baby.
Of course, you
have
go
fun.
find him, have fun.
Right.
Go-
I was gonna say.
I
Go
feel
find
like
him.
it's definitely up to the person to be able to be real with themselves in that moment when that conversation initially happens, to say, am I able to deal with this? Like, because
That's-
theoretically it's a long
that kind of
Most
shit.
distance
people aren't
relationship.
honest with themselves.
They're not honest with
And
themselves.
that's
And then
control
you
based.
can't sit there and put that pressure on somebody else, not knowing what the expectations you didn't even understand the expectations. Is what I'm saying.
Women are naturally a little bit more controlling, though.
So
Because we
so
like
Because that's a
somewhat of a
controlling
structure.
ass statement. Like, I'm going to go find me somebody that got time.
Oh, wait,
I would never say that.
No, I'm just saying, like, because the thought process behind that is
She
like,
looked like, nah, not me.
the
once
thought, the
again-
thought process behind that is like, I'm going to find a nigga with time because then I'm going to be able to keep him in a place.
Niggas with time don't got no money, and people with no money have no goals. And I'm not gonna say that because I know people who trade, or I've dated somebody who trade cryptocurrency. He's up at 4 a.m. He don't have time for me between 4 and certain time, but at least you know that he's busy for a reason. But if you got a dude with too much time, that's a red flag. That's an automatic red flag. Like, what are
Listen,
we
Niggas
doing?
say, yo, what's up? What we doing?
What we doing?
Yo,
All the
yo,
time?
Listen, I want you to be booked and
Yo.
busy, baby. That's
Nah,
it. Like, just be booked and busy.
So I'm gonna throw y'all a curveball. I'm gonna tell y'all a real story that happened. I was
Here we go. Story time.
story
Story
time.
time.
Insert sound effect here.
Stupid. so I was dating a woman, talking to a woman, and I want to say it literally was a day my mom died, but it was years ago. But it was a day my mom died, and I was sitting down and like that. I never feel good that day, and that day so happened to be literally around Christmas time. So like literally like maybe like 2 days before Christmas. So that whole Christmas, New Year's never really hit the same for me no more. But I still acknowledge it because other people acknowledge it. But I don't be like invested too heavy no more. And literally on that day, the girls like blowing on my phone. Like blowing on my phone, texting me, calling, why you? You must be with some other bitch. I'm talking about like wilding on my shit. And I'm like this, looking on my phone
Watching it happen.
and just
Slow motion.
and literally in the beginning, the only reason why I didn't pay no mind in the beginning is because I literally was on the phone with my brother. Me and my brother was talking about let's reminiscing And it had me in my feelings about my mom.
Right.
And then it went from me saying to myself, yo, I'm gonna just give her a call back later, to now, I don't even want to call you back now.
I don't even want to talk to you.
I don't even
I
want to
won't
talk.
want to talk to you either.
Because
know the energy's
you're
gonna be
thinking,
crazy.
you're thinking, you're trying to come at me right now thinking that I got some shit going on with a bitch, and I'm in the crib, damn near crying my eyes out,
Right.
because my mom died on this very day.
And then the first thing she gonna say to you when y'all speak is, "You should have told
Why
me.
you ain't tell me? Why you ain't
Like,
text me?
You should have told me.
Like, and I really, no
shoulda
lie,
You
It's
should have
crazy.
communicated that.
It's crazy.
no
It's
lie,
crazy.
I literally told her when we actually did speak again, not only did I let her know what it was, right? But at that point, I did not want to talk to her no more. I was good. I was
Dumb-
good.
I'm sure she felt dumb as shit too.
I was good.
I mean,
Like-
I wouldn't have told her nothing still. Like, I'd have let
No,
her still
I
See,
think
told
and
what
that's
she
where
wanted to
that's
think.
how I am. I'll be
I'd
like,
let her think
I'm
what
gonna
she
leave you
wanted
right
to think.
there.
Because what she should have done was after, okay, if you want to blow up somebody's phone, I'm only going to call you twice. That's it.
I'm not even.
After
doing
that,
much.
I'm going to shoot you a text.
Even
Hey,
twice
are
is
you
too much. I'm
okay?
not
I'm
gonna
gonna
lie.
say I'm not
Twice
doing
is
that.
too
but
much. If
I
I
shoot
call
you a
your
text,
phone-
if I call your phone
Listen.
and I shoot you a text and be like, yo, I hit you up, hit me later. That's it,
Depending
just to
on-
make sure you seen both.
Look,
Depending on the
the
day of
only
the
reason
situation.
I might call you twice is if we was meeting up and I call you
And you ain't there. Or
and you ain't pick up or whatever. That's the only time I'd be like,
Twice
yo,
is
like,
too
what's
much.
up? You good? Like,
Twice is too much.
we still meeting up.
Twice, I don't think twice is
a lot.
too much. I think
Nah,
37
twice-
times is too much.
I'm gonna
Twice
be real
is
with you.
reasonable.
Twice, I could respect twice only because
You want to talk to me that bad?
no.
It's not
I
about
could
talking that
respect
bad.
twice because sometimes
think it's
you
that
do
bad.
call somebody one time and then you don't know how it might not be received on that other person, whatever the
That's
case
why
may
I
be.
shoot the text after the call.
So
That's
but
it for me.
I could respect twice.
37
Call me
times.
2 times back and back. I'm cool with that.
Nah.
But 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, baby girl, you gotta relax.
Somebody
At
need
my
to take
two
your
phone-
phone.
Red line
My
that
two
says
phone
56.
calls, my two
I
phone
can
calls are not
respect
coming
two.
back to back. They're gonna come spaced out. Like, I'm gonna give you some time to get back
not
to
doing
me.
that. You're
But
gonna
even
call
after
and a
that,
text. You're gonna see
I'm
the
shooting
text.
you a text. Hey, are you okay? Because
see the
everything may
text
not be
eventually.
okay.
Yo,
Somebody gonna see the
can I
text
be?
eventually.
Look, women, ladies, humans, people.
Humans.
That question right there can really like.
Are
It
you
can-
okay?
It goes a long
Are you okay?
ways.
Like, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Again, like, approach is everything, and I feel like we have to get into the habit of, like, when it comes to problem solving, pulling your feelings out of it sometimes. Because just because your feelings are valid don't mean you got to communicate it a certain way, because your feelings are also not facts. Like, you could feel something that
Facts.
might just
be
you
totally
might
off
be
the
wrong.
wall.
You might just be wrong, and that's okay. But I think that's where communicating in a certain way will allow you to actually have some type of resolution.
All right, so Kev, you said something.
We're clearly a relationship show at this point. Like,
No,
it's-
we're not a
I
relationship
don't
show.
want a
Christ.
relationship show.
No,
No, no,
Relationship
look,
show,
look,
too
look,
many of that.
So that's
Jesus
what I'm about to
Christ.
say. That's what I'm about to say. What I'm about to say. So Kev, you said something about feelings, right? Now I saw something on Instagram that made people speak about their feelings toward a certain topic, right? And it was all mixed feelings. I had mixed feelings about it, but I'm gonna explain. It was a picture that went viral of the father kissing his 10-year-old daughter on the mouth.
It was a photo
It
shoot.
was a photo shoot they did. Mind you.
Kissing
Oh,
him
that.
on the mouth. And not only did he kiss his daughter on the mouth, her hand was wrapped around his head
They were doing
As if-
couple poses.
as if they was like, now.
Now I'm not gonna lie. When you sent it to me, I didn't click it. I thought it was like a couple kissing. When I clicked it, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
That's initially what I thought at first when I
Oh.
first seen the picture.
No,
But
it
then
just looks
after
like a young couple, right?
looking at it, I was like, oh, nah.
Now, I'm 50-50. I'm going to tell y'all why I'm 50-50. The truth of the matter is, I remember me being 10, 12, even maybe 13, 14, and kissing my mom on the mouth. So me as a boy, I kissed my mother at 12, 13 on the mouth, and it was as if it was nothing. Hold on.
I got a question.
So now, I think if anybody was saw that, and if that one went viral like that, had it been a boy or girl with their mom, moms ain't gonna. And let me not say none, but it's very little moms gonna look at that and say, "You kissing that big old boy in his mouth?"
So here's my question, not to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
You were not doing that. Like, you were not kissing your mother in the mouth from your own, like, I'm gonna use the word understanding, right? That was something she was doing, and it just became, it was taught to you almost, right? Because it's like, okay, now this is how I greet my mother because this is how she's been greeting me since I can remember, right? So that's your version of normalcy as a child. I think as a parent, we have to be very, very careful with the things that we teach our kids.
So, but what if the same thing? What if that dad always kisses his daughter in the mouth?
I really think, as a dad,
Perception is everything.
It's everything.
That's what and that's the reason
for me,
why
it's
I have
not
to
even
split
perception. I think like kids are just very impressionable, right? So, I'm kissing my kid in the mouth, and now he might think that's how I greet everybody, right? Just because, like, kids go to school and they get the phone call.
Yeah.
Oh, Timmy was kissing people on the mouth in class today.
Right, because he thought that's how you.
Because he thought that's how you.
Or
You
that's
know what I'm
how you
saying?
show
So
love
I think
to people you love.
I think it's very tricky. But I personally, I'm not really like with kissing my kids on the mouth. That's just. Really
I feel
me.
like that's where communication comes in. Also, again, like you have to teach your kids. Everything starts at home. So even if you're kissing your kid on the mouth, which most parents do, especially at a young age, you also have to draw that boundary, teach your kid that boundary. Like, okay, this is what you don't do in school.
I agree with that. I just think, again, because kids are impressionable, sometimes they'll, like, you can tell a kid, like, hey, don't do this. Hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
But if they're seeing something all the time,
Yeah.
or if you're doing something with them all the time, it's very difficult for them to decipher, like, okay, I shouldn't be doing this, depending on that age. 13, 14 is a little different, but I'm saying, like, when you're young, it's a little old to be kissing your kid on the mouth. Because they're kissing other people on the mouth at that point.
Yo, let me tell you, at 12, 13, I remember kissing my mom on the mouth, dead ass.
Look.
Now, not on no.
That's fine, but you didn't do a
now-
photo shoot.
I'm just saying, like,
You didn't do a photo shoot.
it's different for me. I just think that's tricky.
I think
Now,
you were saying the 50-50 was saying a man versus a mom and a
Yeah,
son.
because
I don't
feel
care
like,
which way
a
it is,
guy
to be
and-
honest.
because I feel like nobody, if that was a mother and a son, I could be wrong, but I feel like that post would not have went that
Now,
crazy.
you remember that? You remember that photo shoot? Was it just hilarious, and she was naked with her son, or was it was a
Right.
It was a photo shoot too, and she was naked with her son, and the son was like 6 or something, and they were just like, nah, like you don't need to be naked around your son.
See, and the reality is,
Naked.
she's naked. She's probably naked at
At
home,
home.
Right.
But
perception to the world is what I'm saying.
I do think there's
So-
certain things that you put out into the public that are just.
It don't need
There
to
has
be
never,
there.
let me tell you,
It don't need to be
Not
there.
everybody
My
does
thing is,
this.
what you do at home, it does not need to be translated on the
Then it gets
internet,
judged,
period.
right.
Because the internet in itself
why?
is just because it's judgmental. The world is judgmental.
I mean,
so
not that most
granted,
people
we may
care.
not
Judge
give a
me.
fuck
I don't
about what
think they care,
nobody
right?
else say or think.
judge
but
me then.
I'm look. So see, I think that's a little different to me. I think that's a little different than kissing your kid on the lips, especially at a certain age. Like I just first
So-
of all, I really
But
don't fool with that.
The
But
crazy part is, she's 10.
Mhm.
At 10 years old, I would still want my daughter to be a little girl. And the problem is, people are looking at her at 10 and is really looking at her as like, okay, she's a big girl.
Almost
No,
sexualizing it.
the reality of it is, at 10 years old, you want your daughter to still look at you as like,
A
I'm
superhero.
daddy's girl.
yeah, and that's I
At
think
10.
I don't think
now at 14, 15, 16, I get it. But I feel now, and this is why I said I'm 50-50, right? Because me personally, I probably wouldn't have done that.
that's just what I'm saying.
That's me personally.
You
I
kissing
would,
Ava on the mouth,
Right.
me personally, I would,
and Ava's how old? Ava's 14.
me personally, that's why I said I probably wouldn't have done that. But
Have you ever?
see, now thinking but
People are different.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it as I feel like the reason why a lot of women was outraged by it, or just people in general, not even just women, people in general was outraged by it because they're looking at it as sexualizing the act of kissing, and you probably saying to yourself, well, I wonder if he be home touching on her.
No, I think
I
it's
don't
just
think
it
it
just
got
looks
that
it's
deep.
uncomfortable, bro.
It just looks,
I
yeah,
think
it's
like
hard
it's
to look,
uncomfortable,
it's
like-
hard to look
Look of
at.
it.
The reality
hard
is it's
to look
uncomfortable.
Look of it.
Because it's a whole photo shoot. It's like there's so many other poses that could have been done.
Right.
Come
So
on, son.
that's what
Right.
the perception is.
And I do
So-
think people be doing shit like just
to do
being
shit.
extra.
Like, just to be
People just be
viral.
extra.
Because that
Like,
whole
for
hand
that
behind the
moment.
head
Like,
wasn't
like,
necessary.
bro,
And I think that's what gave
you
it
should
off.
not kiss your
Like, boy,
daughter
you
like
dead.
that.
First of
Like,
all, if she 10, what she know
what
about?
she know about the
Tippy
whole
putting her
toe,
fucking
putting her
hand
hand
behind
in
my
the
head?
beach,
Like,
like, what we doing?
Now that
Come
part
on.
is what gave it the real negative connotation for me.
Like, come on,
they
son,
had
that's
like
crazy.
6 pictures, so it was those 2 pictures that everybody was like,
And
"All
niggas
right."
edited that shit and was
They
looking at
said,
it like, yeah, this the one. Like,
"This one-
no.
what? You picked that one."
She's a kid. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's not even, for me, it's not even about sexualizing it. It's just it looks uncomfortable.
What?
It looked too grown.
Like, period. It looks uncomfortable. And I think
It's so many other
as a
things.
kid, if you say you want your daughter to look at you as a superhero and all that,
Yeah.
don't put her in that position
Mm-hmm.
to look crazy.
Because I know
Or to
her
make
friends,
yourself
her
look
friends
crazy.
definitely roasted her too. Like, let's be honest.
Of course they did.
Are you
There's no
kissing
way.
your dad
There's
like
no
that?
way.
Like,
Of course
what the
they
fuck
did.
is you
Not to
doing?
say that some people don't even have their dads in their life, so they probably don't, it's a 50-50 thing on that. But, like, she come on. You kissing your daddy in the mouth, like, you a big, like, come
Yeah,
on. Like, what we
I'm
doing?
not even. I just really.
I'm
Like,
not
I'm
doing. I
kissing
have a
my
daughter. My
kids
daughter's
all
7.
over their face.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
getting
very
cheeks.
affectionate.
Yeah, but
But
not
like,
lips. The
I
lips
just
for
feel like
me-
the lips is very.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Delicate.
Just
Yeah,
to
And
like-
that's and that's the reason.
Just to completely go left with that. I'm not kissing my child on the mouth because you was sucking dick. And you was eating pussy. And you was licking ass.
See, if you
Do
even think-
not-
I ain't gonna
I'm
lie.
gonna take it there because I'm
If
gonna
you're a
say
nigga that
it.
eat ass and you
Like,
kiss your
cut
kid
it
on the
out.
mouth,
What
you're
are
a
we
dangerous
doing?
nigga.
But does
What are
it
we
matter
doing?
if you kiss your kid on the cheek and you eat ass?
Yes,
It's a little
cheek in
different.
the
It
mouth
don't
is-
matter. You
Come on,
still
son.
eating ass and you
Yo,
kissing
you
your kid on
wildin'.
the cheek.
The mouth is
Wildin'.
crazy.
You
But I'm
wildin'.
just saying it shouldn't. It don't matter.
It don't. I
You
agree.
eating ass,
It
whatever
doesn't
you
matter.
doing on the cheek, on the mouth is the same
So,
shit.
okay, my thing is, you eat with your mouth, you swallow with your mouth, so your child can wash their cheek off. You kissing them in the mouth is swapping fluids. A cheek
No,
is not.
you don't
the
necessarily
fluids
have to
ain't
swap
getting in
fluid.
the
You don't-
child's mouth.
No, you don't
from
have to
kissing
swap
them.
fluids from going to your
I
kid.
ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry. I would rather not.
No, listen to me.
I would rather not. I would rather not.
I would rather not. And once again, I will
I'm
make
a
this
mom.
very clear.
I'm not doing this.
Fact. I'm a dad.
I'm
So like,
not doing
I would
this.
rather not kiss
So,
my kid
it's double
in the mouth.
sides to that story, but all I'm saying
I
is
just feel like the reality of it was that that it was a father, and then the next thing that I feel like that really played a part in it. They look at the girl. She wasn't no little 10.
She was a thick 10.
She was a bigger 10.
Her calling a
Look,
10-year-old
15.
thick is crazy.
See, and
It's crazy.
That's why I refrain from using those words.
Crazy.
I mean,
She,
what else?
she
How
wasn't
would
a
you want to
little
describe
10.
it? She
She
was
was a-
very mature. Like,
She was a big girl 10.
wasn't a
I don't
10.
really think that matters, to be honest.
She wasn't a baby.
But I
10.
feel like that kind of did play a part in it because if she was a smaller little girl, you seen a dad kiss his little girl and not think nothing of it because she was a little
I
girl.
don't see on the mouth.
I'm sorry.
before.
The mouth is
I'm
just.
not doing.
I mean, culturally,
I mean,
I don't see that. And I was raised in a West Indian culture. Like, we get loved on, but it's not, I've never, not the mouth. Like, I've not, it's
Yo, I
never
never
been the
got
mouth
loved
for me.
on.
It's never been the mouth for me.
Yo,
I've
yo.
seen
Did you have that
Yo, I just had
realization?
I had like a
Why?
quick.
Nigga said, damn,
Yo.
man.
I didn't get no
No,
kisses.
because
I
she
ain't get no
said.
kisses on the cheek either.
She
me
said
tell
she
y'all,
got
let me
raised
tell
in a
y'all.
West Indian house, and it just made me think like, damn, me too. And I'm like,
Mama Jones, he
and
know
I
you
love
him.
my mother to like, my
Gotta
mother's like,
zoom in on this moment.
but that ass, you ain't never really loved on me like that. Like, I don't
You
remember
was
like,
right, Kev.
He
like,
was
I don't remember none of that
big 8.
shit.
He was a big 10. He was a big 5. She was
To
just
be
like,
very honest,
you
I didn't
good.
hit a growth spurt till after high school. After high school, like maybe 18, 19, 20s when I started getting
Now
really
this nigga
tall.
fucking 6'4". Like,
Yeah,
get
like,
the fuck
so,
out of
like,
here.
I wasn't
See, I
like people
can't
that think I'm
relate.
tall.
You
Like
need
people
the
think I've been
love.
tall my whole life. Like nah, I wasn't. But,
I can't relate.
But nah, like damn, ma. Like my grandmother was mad, like rough all the
Yeah?
time, super rough. My grandmother was mad rough, but my mom was really just like, I don't know.
Yo,
And
No,
she's
I'm
very
saying like
soft.
she would probably be like, you be alright.
It's
type
crazy.
of
It's
thing.
crazy
Nah,
you
she's
said that
soft, but
because
she just wasn't like I don't remember like affection.
Hands on.
Like the way I
My
am with my
mom-
kids, I don't remember that.
my mom showed me all the affection in the world. That's one person that I knew. Like if you was feeling whatever way you was feeling, I knew, hands down, I could go to my mom and feel that love and energy that I needed. My dad, on the other hand, it's a big different story. Like my dad, I tell people all the time, my dad, I respect him because he is the most consistent nigga ever. He don't fuck with you. Guess what?
Your dad don't fuck with you?
Don't fuck with you. Period.
No, I'm talking about he don't fuck with you.
Yeah, right now, me and my dad don't speak.
I mean, I
And that's why I respect him because it don't matter.
he kept the same energy.
Nigga, yo,
It's
bro.
not gonna change until
Bro,
you change.
let me
Nigga
tell you
said,
that.
"Look, I know you my son, but fuck you,
Let me
little
tell you.
nigga."
Let me tell you. We done did. I done did a BT show. I done did so many tours. Done did so much shit with big artists. My dad kept it fucking the same.
He was like,
Nigga,
"Ah, fuck with that
so
nigga."
what,
That's
little
cool.
nigga?
Yo,
So
Enjoy.
what?
that nigga never told me a congratulations.
So what?
Never said not like, bro. For the last, I want to say for the last 10, 12 years, I probably spoke to him like 4 or 5 times in 10 years, 12 years.
I mean, that's
I
that's
seen
good.
him.
That's stubbornness on both ends. I think.
See, no, as a dad, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
It's
Because
not on
you-
him. It's not on him.
It's not on
No,
the child.
I'm not saying it's on the child, but we're not,
not.
children anymore.
Yeah, but
So as
here's
adults,
no.
the stubbornness
I
is
met my dad.
unnecessary.
I met my father one
It's
time.
very unnecessary.
I was probably 23, 22, something like that. One time. That was it. You wanted to meet me.
And didn't even try to pick up a relationship
kept
after.
Up. You should
What
have
was
kept
the
up.
first of all, what the
Yeah.
fuck was the point? You just
You
wanted
gotta
to see
keep
if
up
we
the
look alike.
energy,
All
like,
right,
what's
nigga, we
up?
look alike. Now what?
Now
Like,
what?
Now what? You know what I'm saying?
And see, and that
it's
right
not,
there,
it's not for me because I'm already at the point where
I don't give a
I
fuck.
don't need
I don't
Don't
care.
care.
And, it's
I
not,
don't
and I'm
need
not
you
gonna
in
lie,
a
I wasn't one of them
relationship.
kids. Like I was just having this conversation with my cousins. Like I wasn't the kid that was like, "Oh my God, mom, where's my dad?"
My
Like
dad, you
I swear to
flex
God,
it.
like I'd never asked her that question because this is my cousin right here. I got 9 uncles. Like I dad always had a male figure in my life. So I had my mom all the time. I had my grandmother. She was rough as shit. So like she kind of looked like a dad sometimes. And, you know what I mean? And then I had my uncles.
The moms are always the dads.
I had a
like, really
I always had like
disciplinary
strong-
wise.
not even just disciplinary. I just always had family. Like I always had. There was never a point where I was kind of like, damn, like it's just me and my sister and my mom, and things are kind of like, nah. It was always lit for me. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
But
I
see,
got mad cousins. Like I
but
got
see
mad
what-
people in my
listen
life.
to
So
what you're saying, right? Think about that.
Mhm.
We sitting here and we have a conversation about what's too much love given to their kid, and you feel like the certain type of love it got to be looked at a certain way because you don't want it to be seen in a certain light. You know, what example as a father showing his daughter love, even though it's for pictures, kissing on a mouth.
I think affection is very, very
versus not fully being there.
I think
And that's why I said earlier, for me, it's 50-50. Is that something that I would do? Absolutely not. However, I want to at least give it the benefit of the doubt that that's a father that's there for his kid.
So
and
see,
showing
I'm
the
not
love.
knocking him, right?
Yeah.
But I also don't know their situation. That nigga might have very well just been one of them guys that was like, I'm going to pick my kid up.
Them pictures speak
And
a
then put her back
thousand
down and go,
words.
all right, I'll see you
Yeah,
next week, little
the
nigga. Like,
pictures spoke a
he
thousand
might have just
words.
came, pulled up to take the pictures and
dip.
never see her.
Put
You
them
know
on
what I'm
the
saying?
gram,
You don't know.
That's it.
I mean, that's the
My
other side
thing
of
is,
it too.
I don't think affection in that way determines like your relationship with the kid, like, or the value of the relationship with that kid. Like, I think there's so many other things that you could do as a father that shows, okay, I'm there for you. Like, I'm here. Or I'm present. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that was a little
It was
extra.
weird.
It was a little extra, you know what I'm saying? So
A lot
but
weird.
I do think new gen dads are like, we up. And the numbers prove that. He sent me the numbers. But
Yeah.
like the new fathers, like,
Yeah.
we are like here. Like we're present. Even though the situations might not always allow certain
breaking
things.
generational curses.
I do believe now, like everybody that I know at this point that got a kid is like
They in their kid's life.
Very
they
present.
I don't know
Mhm.
nobody that's like, oh, I don't see my kids.
Some
Even
people-
the ones that have
some
like a
people aren't that
struggle to do
lucky,
so.
But some people know based on what their environment was, they don't ever want that for their child. So like you said, like they don't even want that title conscious, or they're holding their friends accountable also as well.
Nah,
Like,
I think
guys-
niggas just like their kids.
No, I mean
niggas dead like their
You
kids.
say that, but I'm saying like even guys who are not supposed to be doing what they're doing, their friends are holding them accountable now. Versus there be people chilling, but people that don't take care of their kids and they won't say anything to
Yeah,
them.
nah,
But I
that's-
feel
that's-
like
that's
just you
crazy.
said that
I'm-
generational thing is
So that's touchy because I'm gonna be real. Like, even if you say something to that person, right? You could be like,
they want.
people still gonna do what they want to do.
Or not do what they want. Like, that's a fact.
So and to keep it all the way real with you, right? There's some women out here, and I like, I hope there's not a lot really existing anymore. But there's women out here who really just be mad at whatever situation between the
cause of
they-
the child's father not being around.
And
There
it's
are a
on
lot
some
of
shit
women
like-
still out here doing that.
A lot.
It's like, yo,
Very much so.
this man want to be a part of his kid life, but he don't want to fuck with you, and you can accept that. So it's like
the pawn.
you
using a
use
child
the
as a
child as a
kid,
pawn and make
Right.
their
you
life a
use
living
the
hell.
kid as a pawn.
Ladies, if this is you, please stop it. The child is the only one affected every time.
And it's like, okay,
And I
we
know
didn't
a lot
work
of
out.
guys who paying their child support and they can't see their kids. They can't get them when they want. They gotta be based on. I know I've seen it, and I don't.
And that's what I'm
respect it.
saying.
It's crazy.
Me and you didn't work out. All right, cool.
Let
I
it
was
go.
a fuck boy. I cheated. I did whatever. Cool. We didn't work out. Hopefully, my next relationship ain't the same. However, we got this little one we gotta take care of.
I do believe
And what we doing?
part of that though is where men have to move different. And I say that to say this. Because we didn't work out, right? I think sometimes men hold on to the, oh, I didn't want to be with you, or the reason, or whatever it is. And like, I seen a lot of feedback on this shit. And it's like, men don't feel responsible for that woman's well-being that had their child. After that, because of whatever the situation is between them now. And I don't necessarily think a man has to like fund a woman's lifestyle, right? And it doesn't even have to be a financial thing. But I do think to a degree, you need to be responsible for her, like, in her well-being and her mental, like, just that dynamic between the two of you.
The environment for your
The
child.
dynamic between the two of you, you have a responsibility to make sure, like, yo, if I gotta bite the bullet on something, I'm gonna hold it down for a second,
peace.
just for peace. Even if you don't agree with it, like, just because you know, especially if the kid don't live with you.
So, I'm glad you said that, right? Because now what happens is that man who's not with her or dealing with her in no type of way anymore, right? Now he becomes somewhat responsible for her emotional unbalances, right?
Yes, because you play a part in that.
So now, okay, cool. But now we're combining the things that we went through, the things that you went through with other men. We combining the things that, however you may feel about, let's say, your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're combining all those different things into one, and now I gotta be the one to hold.
Here's the thing, bro.
I gotta be the one to be held responsible for all those different emotions.
Hold on. You have a kid with her now. So, like, regardless of all the shit that you just named, her trauma, her emotional, whatever, the damage, it's getting passed down to your kid. Like, it's gonna go there.
So where does the change come in
Gotta
to say,
draw the
you know
line.
what, I need to heal? And
No,
in
no, no,
order
I
for me to be able to efficiently
That's an inside
raise my
thing.
child,
I think every
need
person,
to heal my
every person
trauma.
Has
is
to sit down
responsible
and do that.
for their own
Yeah.
healing. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
I do, but I also
and
think
humans,
as a
humans don't do that.
as parents,
Nobody
though,
looks at themselves
Nobody.
in the mirror.
nobody
Nobody
really
does.
self-reflects.
And then, like you say, you're like he was saying, it gets drafted onto whatever situation is not working because it's unhappy.
'Cause you're the
place.
reason now,
Because
like-
you're the reason. Of course, not to say that we don't know what was already going
Mm-hmm.
on, but of course, it's a big ball of shit that you got to deal with, and nobody knows how to. They don't even try to undo the ball. It
And
just
that's
gets
cool.
carried and carried. And
But
carried.
I just think as parents now, because there's nothing you could do at this point. The kid is here.
change after that.
I don't
everything's
believe that.
changed.
There's
Y'all are
always something that you
Everything's
can do because
What are you gonna do about the fact that y'all are family now?
okay, we may not be able to change that, but
You
you can
can't.
change the dynamic of it.
But that's my point. I think that you have to make sure the dynamic works.
But
But
as he
change.
just stated, what if it doesn't? What if
There's
she's
no
still
going around
holding
that.
him responsible for that?
She got to
Because
figure that
now
out at
he's
some point.
responsible for her emotional well-being. That's what you just said.
Not completely. I just think there's a part that you play, right?
Okay.
So the dynamic of y'all as parents, you have a responsibility to that.
Make a dynamic that works.
You have a responsibility. Like, no matter what, you have a responsibility to that.
Okay.
Because y'all have a kid. So when she thinks about you, regardless of the relationship didn't work out, right?
Mm-hmm.
She shouldn't be able to add on, I don't see this nigga, the kid don't see this nigga, he don't check on us, he don't check
No
on
facts.
like
No
if she
facts.
can
If
add on all
boxes
those
are
other
checked
things.
off, she shouldn't have no complaints.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like, and then when it comes to the communication between you two, and that's whether she got a new nigga or not, the dynamic between y'all two as
Always be
family
solid.
should always be to some degree
Now-
solid,
so
and that's a
now-
responsibility for
I
you.
get that. So now, but what we were speaking on earlier was this man is willing to do whatever he has to do to be in his kid's life, and she's not receptive to it because of whatever happened in between their relationship. So now, what happens in that instance? Because now
I
this
just
man
said
is
it. I
willing.
think
so now
women-
this man is willing to just play within the guidelines of whatever she lay out,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm willing. I want to go see my kid. I want to.
Some women try to put
my
a price
kid.
on that, right? And I don't. And I like I
And
said,
then what
that's-
happens then?
I don't agree with
I
that.
was gonna say,
But
what's
I
the
think
solution with that?
I do think there's nothing that can't be solved with a conversation.
As
and-
most people don't have.
and I feel
once
like
they
that's
get
what-
into that.
I think it's all
parenting
about
stage.
mindset also.
You
feel me?
If the
Most
mindset
people-
is not there, then it's not going to get resolved.
Most people
But
are
you
just
gotta
so
you have to figure that out.
They're just so fucked up on the fact that it didn't work. They're not even thinking
Or
about
why- or the
how
why.
it's going to work with the child not being because you're not a unit anymore.
So let me ask you a question. What do you do at that point? If you feel like, okay, this is just not gonna work, what do you do?
Damn, what's
See,
the
and
solution?
that right there is a point to where, it's a real sticky situation because there's men out there and who unfortunately have to be paying child support or just whatever it is and still don't get the luxuries of spending time with their kids. And the truth of the matter is, right, the woman be doing so much to get back at the man when you really doing all that and hurting your kid.
Right.
100%.
This
That's
is
what I'm
the
saying.
same.
Well,
So
I
is
think,
the
I
child.
think, and this is where
And let me tell you, the same thing for us men, right? We do all the bullshit too, right? And when we hurt our people, whether it be the girl or the kid, like we do the dumb shit too. So I think both have to be looked at and magnified
100%.
and kind of like you got to zoom in because there's always a root to
Of course.
everything.
That's what I said. A real conversation never gets had.
There's always a root.
See, but we don't want to take responsibility sometimes.
No one wants
We-
to take the responsibility for
True,
the
but I
loss
think-
of the union.
Fuck the union part. I'm talking about because even if we go back to the union, we niggas be like, oh, like I want a woman that's submissive, right? Let's just throw that out there. And then she goes, well, you gotta lead. You gotta give me something to follow, right? And then when the union crumbles, but now you have a kid, you have somebody to take care of. Now niggas don't want to be a leader no more.
Right, because they don't have to be.
Because I don't have to be a leader because me and you not together. No, that's not true.
No, you still have to
You
be
still
a leader
have to
for
be a
that
leader.
child.
You still have to be a
You
leader.
still have to raise them up.
You still, the family is the
Still
home.
have to lead the dynamic
It's still
of
a
the
home.
way your
Like that's still a
child is
home.
going to be
It don't got to
raised
be a home physically,
outside
like
the
y'all
union.
living together.
Yeah.
But that family is still a home, and you still got to be the head of that home, right?
But
Hold on.
Go ahead.
You got to be the
Go
head of that home because you're the father. You're the man. You're the father. So you got to. It's just certain things that are your responsibility, even though you don't. Like you said, like as a man, we walk down the street, a nigga walk up and knock your head off.
It's our responsibility to
You
make sure you're good.
are gonna
Yeah,
look
exactly.
right at me. You're not
Right.
even your brain not even gonna function
It's
in
like,
any
what
other
you-
way.
what
But
you
you
about
gonna
to do,
look,
babe? Like,
you're
what's
gonna look
up?
at me automatically. So and it's like even if I didn't say yo, I'm your boyfriend, it don't matter. Me and you walking together, I'm a man. I have to
be the
protect you
protector, right.
if something happens.
So
you have a child with somebody, bro.
Yeah.
You can't back out of that shit at this
Alright,
point.
so let me-
it is
so-
what it is.
So let me ask y'all women this, and Kev, I want to ask you this too. But really, it's directed toward the women and any other woman out there who see this. I want y'all to make a comment on this. So what happens in the event that as a man, this woman come to you and tell you I'm pregnant, and you tell her I'm not ready or I don't want to be able to have this kid.
Mhm.
And y'all have a real strong conversation, and you give her reasons and examples of whatever it is y'all have a conversation about, and you let her know, like, listen, I'm telling you,
Baby, my love.
I'm telling you that this is not the direction in which I'm trying to go, right? Now, at that point, clearly, the woman has two options. She can either get rid of it or she could keep it. Now, in the event that she keeps it, and that man already told you, like, listen, I'm not trying to do X, Y, and Z. And I mean that. So if you go have your kid, you have your kid. Now, what
I
happens?
mean,
It's an expression right on my
I'm
face. Like,
go ahead.
Who
I'm
you
a
asking- who
mom,
you asking?
so
Ladies
I'm
first.
speaking to the ladies first.
that's what I said. You can go ahead. And this is a point of view. She doesn't have kids, and I have a kid. So I think we could get two dynamics on it.
I'm 50-50 on it. 50-50 of if we already had the conversation and you told me that you do not want to have kids under a certain circumstance and we're not creating that ideal circumstance for you to have that kid, I got to deal with it.
No, I just told you I don't want a kid at all.
Okay,
Like,
so
I don't want it.
So what were we doing to prevent that from happening? Because if we wasn't doing anything to prevent that from happening, then we both got to eat that.
Facts. You got to eat that.
Gotta just eat that.
I ain't gonna lie. Niggas, people.
Hold your thought, Kev.
Go ahead, my bad. My
Young
bad,
lady.
I'm okay. I've already got my head torn off by a lot of my female friends about this, and unfortunately, it happens so often. The women are mad. They go through the pregnancy alone. They knew the guy wasn't going to be there to begin with. You not only can't get child support, the guy, you can't even find the guy because the guy told you. What made you? What made
a way
you
to find a guy?
What made you in that 90-day time span say, you know what, I'm gonna have this baby? Now I'm not gonna judge you for having the baby, but you really signed up. You signed up to do it alone, and so a lot of us end up bitter down the line, saying that you're by yourself, but you knew you were gonna be by yourself, and you knew you made that decision for the child before the child even got here. So why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah.
And I'm not, and you can't, of course, as a man, you have to hold them accountable for what happens. But if they relinquish their responsibility before the baby even had a head, why would you sit there and just, because this is what happens. You're bitter about it later on down the line, and you knew what he was before you got to where you were. And I don't respect it because I don't understand why females do that, because many times guys will tell you. They tell you off the rip what it is they want. And even if that situation, it is your body, it is your decision. But the fact of the matter is, if you come from a single household, or if you come from a situation where you are not able to provide for a child and you bring a child into that situation, all these decisions are made before we even get here for us, unfortunately. And just like Kev said, so when you get to a place where you want to have a conversation with somebody who's not there, and you want to sit there and talk about how you're going to raise your child and things of that dynamic, and you can't have that conversation, like what now? Like we were talking about companionship. Nobody wants to do certain things alone. Right. 9 times out of 10, no one wants to raise a child alone. There's people here who can't have kids.
Facts.
And they choose to adopt kids, but why would you choose that life for somebody, especially if you've seen what other people have been through? So I don't respect females, and I'm not going to say I don't respect it. Let me say that's a harsh word. Let me not say it's a harsh word, because you can do it by yourself, and I'm not saying you should, but you can do it by yourself. But why choose that life? It's hard.
Yeah, because I know I'm not getting. If you already say from jump that you don't want any kids, and that's something that I want, we just gonna dead the whole situation right then and there, because we're not in alignment. And that's the second thing that's also valuable when it comes to companionship is you have to be aligned. Like both of y'all have to want the same thing, because if you don't, and one wants it more than the other, it's not gonna work. So, realistically, it's just not gonna work.
So I liked a few points of what she said, right? You have to really think about this. The struggles that women go through of being single moms. First and foremost, I want to tell you, all the single moms out there who do really good at taking care of their kids, I really salute y'all.
Yeah, shout out to y'all.
Shout out to I'm a single mom.
Yeah,
I
really do salute y'all, because I do understand how hard it could be.
Job.
At the same time, though, I do feel like there are some of y'all who are in positions because that's what you chose, right? Mm-hmm. So just like Kev, you said that man gonna have to hold it down. I personally feel like that woman now, once she understands her position of which she gonna be in, and it don't make it right.
Right.
But you understand the position, he's telling you off the back, like, listen, you could do what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, I do believe in a woman having their choice. Mm-hmm. I do believe in a woman doing whatever they want to do with their body. I believe in that. So the whole abortion ban thing, I don't agree with that. I believe that woman should have every right to do what she want to do. However, when you do make that choice, understand
What it is
that
that you
there's
getting into.
consequences that come with every decision that's made. Just like that man had to make a consequence that came with him laying down with you raw. Now, when he told you that, now you might have to live with a consequence with when you decided to go ahead and keep the baby and do what you wanted to do. Now, at the end of the day, do that make him a fucked up man for not choosing to be in that kid's life? Absolutely. But the truth of the matter is,
you're gonna take the accountability.
do that
for the
make that
choice
woman
you made
a
Right.
fucked up woman
for making that
for
choice?
making
going
that
at it
choice,
and,
yeah.
and
Right.
keeping
I don't
it that same
want
way
to call
too?
her fucked up.
No,
right?
I'm not gonna say it's fucked
Only
up.
No, I'm
because
asking. I'm
But-
asking.
I can't
But
say
how
she
deep
fucked
did
up.
you think about this choice?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
It's
what
like,
I'm saying.
Like,
I think-
do we think about the moment of how we feeling right now, or do we sit down and say to ourselves, "Yo, forget about right now. Let's look at 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now."
See, so I don't
do we
think-
sit down and think about the longevity of what happens?
I don't
long-term
think.
effect.
I don't think.
Nobody does.
I don't think
and they
people
should.
go that far. I do think women think ahead, right? But here's
I
my
don't
thing.
think so, bro.
I
In those-
think-
in that moment,
Hold on, nigga.
damn.
I think there are women, right, that
Nigga, just hold on. Nigga,
nah,
just
cause I know myself. I'm gonna forget.
He
You gonna forget?
I'm gonna forget. My
Damn.
bad. My
He
bad.
was
I
sitting on his
apologize.
thought for a while,
I
though.
apologize. I shouldn't have talked to you like that.
Nigga just screaming. Listen, y'all. I know y'all be wanting to hear to see him scream at me.
Nah,
He did it for y'all.
I apologize. That's not really. I shouldn't have
Nigga
did
said,
that.
hold on, damn, shut the fuck up.
But
Nah,
no,
go
like
ahead.
I think, and I've never carried a child, right? But
Yeah.
I know what it was like to hear you about to be a father, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what it did to me instantly, right? That's for me. Like I know what it did to me instantly. Like instantly, my whole mind was like, "Oh shit,
Shit is up.
Nah, I was happy.
No, I'm not saying it's
Like
the
I was
bad
really
feeling.
like,
I'm
I was
saying
really
it's
like, yo, like I'm about to be a father. Like
and now shit
Yeah.
got to get together.
it was up. Like it was. See that too. Like my whole mindset
Right, that's
changed.
what I'm
right.
saying.
As far as like, okay, well, fuck whatever I thought was a priority. This is what
Those
the
are-
bag is a priority right now. Now I got to make sure financially I'm, I could make. I don't want to be able to. I don't want to be saying I can't do this when I have a kid, right? But I think for women, for some women, it's like, oh my God, like I'm gonna be a mother. There's an attachment there, right? Like right away, instantly. And I don't think it's just that easy for everybody to just go, oh well, he said he don't want to be in the kid's life,
I'm
so
go get abortion.
let me go get rid of it. I don't think
Right.
it's that easy for people, for women to just say like, oh well, nah, if he ain't gonna do this, fuck him. I'm getting rid of this shit. I don't
We
think
never
it's that
said it's
easy.
an easy decision.
No.
I think that's a really, really tough,
You
a
gotta
really
think
tough
about
thing.
it, right?
I do think women have to think about it, and I think 10 times out of 10, when they make that decision, it's because I don't really think it's to spite the dude. I don't really think I think it's really because it's like, yo,
Sometimes
Chicks who do
it
it out of
is.
spite. That's what's
no.
even crazy.
All right, so maybe 8 times out of 10.
Especially
'Cause
when
there-
it's a
there
side
probably
chick type
are-
of situation,
There probably
too.
are women that do it out of spite, right?
Right.
But I do think for the most part, it could come down to like, yo, shit, like this is mine. Like I think there's an attachment there, and it makes it difficult to just say like I'm done. Like I'm clipped with this. Like nah, I think men are not fucked up, but we are fucked up in that case because it's like, bro, I hate when we move backwards and say, oh nah, I don't want a kid,
Never said I wanted a kid.
or I'm not ready for a kid right now.
Like, but
Was the pussy that good
but
that you didn't want to
was
put on a
nutting
condom?
in
Like
me.
you
right.
like come on, son. Like we know what's up. Like
Right.
put on a condom. It's that simple. Like
Right.
put it on.
You got
And that's why I said
got options
accountability on
before you
both.
got
Like,
that
what
Put it
was he
on.
doing
Because
to
now it's
prevent
like
it from
because now you
happening?
want to try to have this. Oh, like nah, I said I don't fuck with having kids, or I don't want to have. It's like okay,
Sound
so
crazy.
what?
That was you knew.
Because you
Right.
could have avoided all of this.
But see, the reason why I asked though, before you curse me out, the reason why I asked, now the reason why I was kind of like debate you is because like the reality of it is, yeah, I didn't put on a condom, but she didn't make me put on a condom either. So I think, and this
You
is why
wild for saying that.
now I'm being real.
But that's
we
the
don't
truth, though.
ever
real.
have to put the condom on for y'all.
No, you don't gotta put the condom on.
But smack you in the
also-
face with the
I'ma
condom.
go get it, though.
Listen what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is the same way you can flip it on me and say, well, you laid down with me, you did this, you nutted in whatever it is, right? I'm just saying the same way you can look at it and say, cool. You could sit here and be like, yo, nigga, there's no love, no glove,
Right,
period.
right.
And you can
No,
stand
no,
on
no,
that.
No glove.
100%.
You can stand on that.
100%.
So you can't just put. All
How
I'm
many
saying
times
is,
have you said that?
I'm not saying.
all I'm saying is you can't just put the responsibility
The responsibility is not on him alone.
No,
That's what I'm
of course
saying.
But
not.
that's why I
Of course
use the
not.
word
But you
we.
cannot. I
Yeah.
feel like as a man, you cannot. Your response to her telling you that she's pregnant cannot be,
Like, my nigga, I'm like,
oh nah,
all
I
bets
don't
is
want to have
off.
no kids.
Right,
It's like,
like,
you can't be shocked. You can't.
Sir.
You can't be like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening.
You had to know it was a
Nigga,
50-50 chance.
You should have known what there's a possibility of. You should have known what that phone
you
call
know.
could have been. You know.
You know.
Sometimes you just don't give a fuck in the moment.
Most people don't.
And that's fine.
fine.
But
Most
you
people
gotta
don't
know
give a
what
fuck
you
in
gotta
the
know what
moment.
the,
You gotta know what it's hitting for.
and you gotta
Right.
eat that.
Right. Absolutely.
So that's
and
why
that
I
was the
asked-
50 of that was the 50%
The
of
other
my
half.
answer. What Vi said also is basically like if I choose to have that kid, that's on me because you told me. So now.
Very true,
Me?
but I think
I'm
that's
what I'm saying.
corny.
So
Me,
I
that's
still
why
think
I
it's
asked
corny.
you.
It's still
That's
corny
why I
though.
said it's
That's why I asked.
50-50 because
She gotta eat that.
What
But
were we doing to
but-
prevent
But
that?
this is
And
what I
said
was
we.
gonna say. I completely agree with all of that. But later on down that line, it's a level of bitterness that comes with that, with
Correct.
that female. And it has nothing to do financially because there's females who make 6 figures and like, fuck it, I'll take care of the child myself. But it's still a level of bitterness that comes with raising a child by yourself and knowing that your child is going to be asking.
But I think you
But
gotta.
she
There's
should
a
have
level
found
of.
another
wanting
nigga
to
for all of that
know.
if that was the case.
You don't
because
know when
you
she gonna find
still
another
made
nigga
that
though.
decision,
You
so-
don't know when.
Right,
gotta-
but
I
you
ain't
still
gonna
made
lie.
that decision, so
Yeah,
that
you
bitterness
did.
is on you and not on the dude. Because if
But-
that's the case, if y'all wasn't aligned, then you should have found another
But
nigga.
this is
point
what I'm
blank,
talking
period.
about, and that's why you got all the bitches that ain't shit. Oh, nigga ain't shit. Nigga ain't this. Nigga ain't that. But
Your decisions
it
wasn't
was your
shit. That's
decision.
it. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I do, but I still that responsibility is shared because
Of course it's supposed to be shared.
because
But if
there's
you
a
can't
level
find
of
a
there's
nigga,
a level of
what
you
you gonna
really
do
a wild
then?
nigga to walk away from a whole human being like
That's trife.
that you made.
That's
Like
trife.
that's a wild.
We know,
like,
but it
that's
okay,
wild.
so
happens.
I got a question. Let me flip it real quick. So if I decide, say, God doesn't want the kid, right? I decide, all right, I'm just gonna pack up my shit and just leave with my kid. Am I wrong for leaving with my kid?
No, you're not. I don't think this. All right, I don't think there's a right or wrong in this situation. I do believe though, like certain things obviously gonna affect the kid.
Of course.
And it could be in a good way or a bad way. You don't know. I just think as human, just damn near like some human decency. If you have a child with somebody,
Hey,
if you helped create that child, like even if you didn't want to, like certain things, like everything's not planned, especially like when it comes to like
most aren't planned.
they're not planned. You know what I'm saying? But it's like at least in the same breath when you know I'm having sex unprotected. Like I know this. It's not like you had it. It didn't happen by accident. Like,
True.
You are having sex unprotected. I think at that point, and this is why you got to be careful with who the fuck you laying down with.
Absolutely.
Because-
Point number one.
Because like start there, like start right there, and
That's a fact.
And
I agree.
you got to really, really be careful with that because that moment where this shit could go left, and it's like, yo, I'm having a baby. That should not be the first time you start thinking ahead. Like,
Yeah,
you
correct.
had that
my God.
conversation.
Oh my God, I don't want to have a kid with
and
this
this
person.
goes back to
But
what she
see-
was saying about the conversations you have initially when you
Right.
really trying to get to know somebody.
But see-
like you need to think about that situation because nothing is planned.
You don't
like it
plan
really
shit.
just don't be planned.
So that's why, Kev, when you always talking shit to me, talking about VI, you just a horny nigga.
You just a horny nigga.
And that's why I started to, and this is, that's why I started to really think about what I'm doing beforehand, because the truth of the matter is you don't know when is that time. Like,
Bro, you just don't
you
know.
don't know.
The baby is gonna come because
one-
God said it's coming,
Yeah,
not you.
One day it might hit, next minute it might not.
Shit
You
might
don't
not
know.
slap
Right.
today.
It might not slap, and it
Yes.
might slap. Like you just don't
And
know.
that's
That
all
shit
I-
might slap
that's-
today.
that's
and
real
it's
fact.
up now.
That's
Now
real
you
fact.
sitting here like,
Like-
damn.
Yeah.
I don't even want nobody to know I touched this woman, but oh well.
And it's always the
now
ones
you
that those are the ones who used to
Oh
get
well, but
pregnant.
that's on you though, because those
Yo.
and it'd be good for those type of niggas
Yo,
because
man.
you want to be so secretive about
It's
fucking
like
this
it's
girl,
always your sneaky link. You
But-
get pregnant. You played yourself.
but you won't even
Congratulations.
won't put the hat on with the sneaky
With
link.
the
You
sneaky link,
crazy.
you're wildin'.
You crazy for that? Like you deserve that,
You forget it.
and I hope you have
Facts.
twins
Right.
Damn, now you gonna put
Girls.
twins
And
on
you
that?
big
because
girls.
you're crazy for that. You're crazy.
Then
It ain't even me, y'all.
Then
but
respectively,
damn.
is that's when the female is like, oh yeah, these babies is coming. You
I'm
just
not
gotta
getting
deal
rid of
with
these
it.
kids. You gotta be
Crazy,
kidding me.
right? Exactly.
The world about to know, nigga. Yeah, he was clapping. What's
So
up?
this is what I
busting them cheeks.
Yes, sir.
forget it.
Yes, sir.
Busting
Just
them
forget
cheeks
it.
wide open.
She going live at the hospital.
But I'm all
Yo,
for the
soon as you
fathers
walk
being in the
in.
household. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't want
think-
nobody to get it twisted. You know, I'm just real with myself because, you know, I've been around the park a few times, but not saying that has happened to me. But I have definitely thought ahead as a female, like, okay, am I prepared to be a single mother?
Gotcha.
Can I financially do it on my own? Can I emotionally, mentally, and physically do it on my own? And if you're not there as a female to be able to do it on your own, then you shouldn't be doing
Women also
wild
gotta
shit.
be very, very like. Y'all talk about red flags all the time, and then y'all play with them motherfuckers.
Miss the
Y'all,
red
no,
flag.
y'all don't miss them. Y'all grab
No,
them
we
shits
can
and y'all
grab
wave
the
them,
flag
and y'all
with them.
fucking wave them shits around when y'all
Love a
see
red
them. Like,
flag.
no, this
No.
might be fun. Like,
Love
alright,
the
bet.
red flag.
They straight up overlook them red
they don't.
flags.
No, they
overlook
don't.
them.
They
We
don't overlook them at all.
We don't overlook
And they
them
hold
shits.
it until it's their turn to play with that red flag.
Or until it's
Man.
time to present why they don't like the flag. Because they might have saw that red flag and it didn't mean nothing in that moment because
didn't
of,
think they was gonna
because
get hit
of
with
what's
the
the
red
word
flag.
we used in the beginning? The potential of the
Right.
situation, right? And this is why the 80-20 rule is retarded. Because women will look at that 80 and glamorize it, and the 20 really
It's
be the
so
shit that they
crazy.
hate the most.
They
But it's
just
like,
fuck it.
I'll take the 80
not
because
that
the 80 is
bad.
fire. But it's like, nah, how often am I gonna see that 20? Maybe not that much, but I did see the 20 at a point.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So the 20 is every day, and
Walk
the
the
80
fuck
is
away
only
from the 20.
sometimes.
Walk away from
No,
the 20.
I'm gonna
You
ask
feel me?
myself, can I handle this situation?
I think the 80-20 rule is horrible.
I don't know who came up with that rule. First of all,
I ain't
I
gonna
don't know
lie.
who came up with
I
it,
ain't-
but,
I ain't
gonna
but
lie,
people
I ain't gonna lie.
actually
Really
live
live
their
by
lives
that
by that
shit.
shit, and they go, you know what? I'm cool with him being this way sometimes, or whatever the case is, because of this. I'll take all of this and I'll accept that.
So
practical.
let me tell
It's
you,
not
right?
real.
The 80-20 rule, I don't live by it, number one. But the 80-20 rule, I do understand it, because the truth of the matter is none of us is perfect, right? Nobody here is perfect. And there's always going to be something that either we got that's going to be, on the downside. There's going to be something that, let's say, whoever, whatever male or female you meet, they're going to have some downsides to them, right? So just in a relationship state, just in general, it's going to have to be something, right? Because nobody's perfect. So you're going to have to be able to be willing to accept some people downs and faults. So in your mind, I feel like the 80-20 rule only makes sense is if that 20 you can live with. It might be a down, but you can live with that down. I think that's the only
Why
part.
is the
Wait, but
percentage
what-
80? Why
It's
is that so
stupid.
high? That
But
makes
what
no
also-
sense.
What about the fact that maybe that 20 really not that 20, and maybe that 20 is actually like
But that's
70?
You
my
heard me?
point.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
this is
the
my point.
percentage is
I'm
not
out
the
if it's
percentage.
This is my point
That
in
percentage ain't
why
the
people get like
Caught up in that?
caught up in potential.
Right.
Like, potential is cool, but like I truly think when something happens that you don't like and it affects you,
Let's speak on it.
no. I don't even think you need to speak on it. I think you need to walk away from it, because it's gonna affect you the next time it happens.
Right.
And
And
the time after that.
the
and
time after that,
and
or-
you
because
gonna
you
end
or-
up leaving
dealt with it.
because
or
of it.
'Cause you dealt with it.
or something that sometimes those things that happen they're really things that bother you. They're really things that you can't
The
deal
small
with.
things. It's usually the things that bother you.
They might be something
Yeah.
that you really cannot deal with,
Yeah.
and you cannot. People don't really forgive,
They
I
just
beg
deal
to
with it
differ.
until they can't anymore.
and then what happens is the first thing you do is you go back to why you shouldn't have forgave him in the first place.
Because you held on to it.
You
of
held
course.
because it's really something you couldn't deal with,
So
But you dealt with it because of the 80.
which is why you should walk away the first
This
time
is
it
my
happens.
point.
Which is
I
why
think
red
if you
flags
go
exist.
back, if you go back on something,
percentage
then you
should
need to
never
hold
be 80
yourself
of nothing.
accountable for
You
that
have
one
to.
because
I beg to differ, y'all, because I feel like it got to be things, and that's why I said it got to be things that you completely got to be like unbearable things, right? Because
They don't got to be unbearable.
I think so. I think it should be unbearable because
Nah.
think of it like this, right? I was a man who was once way bigger than what I am, right?
Facts. Shout out to your weight
And
loss.
and I literally had a woman tell me she was interested in me, who I am, how I was, all that other stuff, but she said, "Yo, the only thing is I'm really not interested in dating big guys." She straight told me that, right? So now my thing is, cool. That was one of her biggest things that really was like I fuck with you, I kind of
How
like
did
you,
she
but
get here then?
but what I'm saying is, I think she got here because she loved the way I move as a man. Like certain things was attracted to her as a man. No, real
So what
talk.
was she gonna do
I'm
with
not
you
laughing
after
at it's
that?
not real. I just
What
think
was
that
she
that's
gonna do with
stupid.
you after that?
But that was the bottom line for her. And weight is something that can be changed.
Sure.
I was gonna say
Sure.
that.
It could be.
Absolutely.
So money is something that can be changed. So a nigga could be broke today and come into a situation and be up. So money, weight, things like that can be changed. That's all. That's all.
Materialistic. Yeah.
It's
That's
tangible.
all. It's tangible. Yeah, it's tangible. Like so the reason why I'm saying it gotta be things to where like, you know, in your mind it gotta be like completely like, yo, like
But
even
you-
if it is even if it can be changed,
You said
you're not
unbearable.
But do you-
that's
but
what
do
I'm
you
saying.
change-
Unbearable to me.
So do you
But that was
change what you
unbearable
look
to
like
her.
because some girl that
No.
you see potential in or she sees potential in a situation
No, what I'm
tells you
saying
she's
is,
not attracted to big guys?
No. That didn't. And when she said that to me, that didn't fucking make me want to go and work out and lose
Of
weight.
course not. But that's
He
my
said,
point.
"Fuck it, what are you here
fuck
for?"
you just don't. I don't care.
That's my point.
I was cool with that, but at the same time, I feel like that shouldn't be an unbearable.
I think if
Only
she,
because that's some things that can change. Now, when I mean unbearable, I mean if a man is a woman beater and I'm gonna punch you right dead in
We
your
can't
in your
use that no
face.
more.
No, I'm just saying, but that should be something like, all right, that's a characteristic. Characteristics normally don't change as much. Physical features, attributes, money, those things change, but characteristics is kind of like saying that's who you are on the inside.
but here's my thing. If somebody tells me their attraction to me is based off of something that could change, I'm not even.
I don't
I'm
wanna
no
Why am
longer
I
interested.
investing this time?
I'm not even interested in you.
Because you're not really
because you
interested
looking at
in
me to tell me
like,
like, well, you know, Kev, you're a little overweight at this point, and I don't really like big guys.
okay.
So then why are
Why
you
we
here?
here?
First of all, I
Right.
didn't
Like-
ask you. Second of all, go about your
Cool.
business and go
Find you
find.
somebody you like.
Go to Planet Fitness and find a nigga.
'Cause
I'm not mad
about
at
to
that.
lose weight
So
for you
hold
if I'm
on.
comfortable with myself.
So she never even like offered a resolution, even though she's not attracted to big guys, but she liked your personality. Did she didn't even
No,
offer
I-
a resolution of,
What was the outcome of
you
that?
know what, I can help you, you know, whatever the case may be. Like
it was
that conversation never came up.
It was pretty much like, yo, the real one of the main reasons why, you know, me and you I can't see a real thing between me and you is because you know, I'm not really into big guys, right? And it was no, oh well, you know what? We could work out, it was none of that. It was just straight cut and dry. And I think at that point, only because I'm not a person that like be insecure about stuff like that, right? Because I've seen a lot of highs of, even at my biggest, I was still, you know, out here wilding.
Getting bitches.
Yeah, I was still out here wilding. So it didn't really change my own personal.
Shout out to the fat niggas.
Yeah, facts. Shout out to the fat
Hey,
niggas. You feel me?
Teddies.
It didn't really change my perception of myself, but at the same time, it did make me think like, damn, you know, it made me think like, you know, just people in general, right, could be so shallow. Even for men who could look at a woman and be like, yo, nah, she a big girl, and you might like everything else, but she a big
Don't
girl,
even
nah, I
try.
can't fuck with it.
Right.
And the reality of it is, right, like, that's why I said earlier, like, that the weight thing could change, money could change, all those things, but I think the characteristics on who you are on the inside, those things
cute.
are the things that stand out, in my opinion. Because if you're a
Obviously,
fuckboy,
it don't
regardless
stand
if you fat, say it again.
Not to other people,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
it does to
Obviously,
some.
it don't stand out. Like I'm just saying, in this situation, obviously your personality and all that shit don't stand out. If I'm a point
It
out
wasn't
the fact that you big.
enough. Right. It wasn't enough.
But that woman also wasn't a problem solver, so she didn't need to be around anyway.
Like
So
if I'm gonna point out the fact that you
she's
big,
gonna point out the issues, but not give a resolution.
Thanks for your
Like,
opinion. Keep
you
it
got-
moving.
You got to give a resolution.
But my
so,
thing is onto the flip side of that, right? As a female, and you are putting your happiness, so you might be genuinely happy with somebody, but because he's a little bigger, you're not even gonna try, when you probably would have been ultimately all the way happy with that person. So you can't walk around being mad that you're single and you're sitting there moving dude to the side. You really like somebody, but you moving them to the side because of a little belly. You gotta like.
Ooh, that belly.
It's
Listen,
like move the
I'ma
belly
tell
to
you,
the
I'ma
side.
rub on that belly. Like, come on now.
I like fat
belly
niggas.
rubs.
I don't
We
care.
gonna rub on that belly.
All I'm saying is how do you even get that far in trying to get to know somebody and then hit them with that? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, why did you bother?
At that point, it's kind of like,
why are you even talking to me?
I've even, and this probably was one of the real situations that I like. This did affect me. And it's crazy because the weight thing didn't affect me, but I've had a woman probably at my lowest point in my life financially, a woman tell me I couldn't afford to keep her, like straight up.
Real thing.
She told me you can't afford to keep me. And that hurt me way more.
that hurt your pride.
No, that just straight hurt me.
That hurts. It's your pride.
Whatever it was, this shit hurt. That hurt me more than a girl telling me about my weight.
That's a pride thing.
Why?
Because you embarrassed.
No, I don't think it was embarrassment. I think
it was deeper than that.
I think for me being the kind of man that I am, you know what? Maybe it was pride.
It's your
Ego,
pride.
ego
It's your
and pride.
Maybe it was. Now
That
I'm
kinda
really
stuff-
sitting here thinking
You
about
had
it.
to think
That
about
kind
it.
of shit hurts
Like
your ego.
now I'm just saying because I'm sitting here like, you know, money come and money go.
Facts.
You up today, you
Stomachs
down
come,
tomorrow.
stomachs go.
Stomachs come, stomachs go.
Oh, facts.
But and I've been told by two different women, that only happened one time each. But I've been told by two different women the two different things, which was money and my weight. And from what I can remember, the money thing stung though.
It's
It
ego.
stung. I ain't gonna lie.
It's that ego.
It
No,
stung.
but I think with most men is a money thing also, because if you notice that when men are up, they cut. But when they are down,
Absolutely.
everything just
Life
stops.
changes.
Like
Because our existence
literally
is based
stops.
It's
on
based on providing.
like and
That's
they
it.
on what you can
they
provide.
can't do anything. They would not pursue a relationship, go out on a date.
Because
You
why
can't
would
do
I?
nothing
There's niggas
without
out here slinging
money.
broke dick. You can't say that.
Absolutely.
No,
And they are
no.
out here.
Absolutely.
Hold on. She said go on a date. She ain't say nothing about
Niggas
sex.
is not dating broke.
Niggas
This
is not
nigga's dating broke. Don't say that.
Dating
You know
broke?
what? You're absolutely
What's your
right. Because
definition?
I had somebody
Wait.
tell me.
What's your definition of dating?
I had somebody
saying?
tell me, we don't have to necessarily spend money to go on a date, which is true.
Heard you.
But he was very big on free dates, and I'm just like,
All right, so what's your definition
What's
of
wrong
dating?
with a free date?
Nothing's wrong
There's
with it.
nothing wrong with a free date, but consistently going out on free dates, I'm sorry, I'm gonna think that you a cheap nigga. Like that's it. Like
What's your definition of dating, first of all?
dating, getting to know someone. Well, you're not exactly in that courting stage, because courting is like, all right, I can see something really happening, and
Because
think
I
wanna
really
keep-
want to.
I think I want to keep
people
this.
get tricked.
There is a big
Dating is
void on what people believe dating is.
I think dating, I believe, should be very open.
He a real nigga. He
And
ain't open. He looked out the window first. That's a real nigga right
He
there.
said, I don't know.
Dating should definitely be open and honest. Yeah,
Okay.
I taking time to definitely get to know each other. If you want to put in that quality time, well, I feel like quality time comes a part of dating as well. But it's not so much.
Finances. We're
It's
talking
not
about the
so much
financial part.
The financial part of it. I mean, I don't need to go. I don't need to have a $500 5-star 3-course dinner for you to take me on a nice date. Like, we could go to the arcade and
See, but
do
if we-
something.
But
If
how
we
many
dating-
of
Something
the
fun and
lower
interactive.
budget dates or dates that don't cost money are you willing to accept? Because you're not going to accept that off the rip. Let's be honest.
Wait, why?
I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm
if
talking
having
about
fun,
her.
No. If
I'm
I'm
talking about
having-
her.
Me, I'm about fun. I like to have fun.
So
I'm a vibe.
I'm saying
I'm a good
if
vibe.
it's 5
If it's
free
there,
dates,
I'm there.
if it's 5 free dates, so you're saying on the third date you're gonna be like, all right, yo, why we can't go to a
Is
restaurant
it
and get a
5
meal?
free fun dates? Because if it's McDonald's, White Castle, Burger King, or some Kraft
I ain't gonna
macaroni and
lie.
cheese,
Nigga
I'm
taking you to
not taking
McDonald's.
that.
He don't really care about you. Like that.
Exactly. I'm not taking
Somebody
that.
won't-
So I'm talking about free dates and I'm talking
Is it-
about
'cause that
dates
shit
that
don't- that
don't
shit not good for
cost
you.
a lot.
All right, so what
It
if
depends
How
on if
many
it's fun.
dates are
If
you
it's
going
fun, I'm
on?
down. If
All right,
it's
so
fun,
what
I'm
if,
down.
So all right, so first date. Now,
First date, I don't
wait.
expect-
All right, so let me give y'all a scenario. A first date scenario, and y'all tell me if this is okay or not. I'm a man. My money's super low, but I like you. I'm interested in you, and I finally got the nerve to say, hey, I want to take you out on a date, or I want to hang out with you. I want to get to know you. Right?
Wait,
Shut up,
so-
Ken, shut up.
Wait, hold
Finish,
on.
yo.
I'm just saying. I finally get the nerve up to say that.
Oh my God.
But my money low.
Son.
I know I'm working. I'm living on a budget, right? But now, when we speak on the phone, right? I want to do something with you. Now, on that first date, I want to set up a nice in-house dinner for you. I want to cook at my house for you and lights, candles, the whole night. I want to cook at my house.
Bitches
My
to your
EBT
house
might
on
be
the first
hitting.
date.
My EBT might be hitting.
They could
And
be a
it's just
serial
genuinely
killer.
me inviting you over for dinner.
Can I
Am I
please
going?
say
Wait,
something?
hold on, Kev.
All right, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
Because I
go
want to
ahead.
answer that question.
We
Go
wanna-
ahead.
So now, we never hung out before.
That's
Did you hear what I
crazy.
said? I'm not. You do
That's a red
not
flag?
bring people to your crib on the first date. You're
Niggas said,
wilding.
yo, we never hung out before.
At least hang out
Pull up
before.
to my house.
That's a red flag.
That's
Big
crazy.
red flag. You could be a serial killer.
Okay,
You're
so wait,
killing me
this
when
is-
after I eat. You're killing
This
me.
is where I
No,
gotta.
you know what? I'm the type of chick I walk with
She
my
gonna lie to you?
backpack.
She
But
lying
now,
to you.
but now,
I walk with my
You don't
backpack. I'm
bring
sorry.
people you don't know to your crib. They don't need to know anywhere of where you live. Period.
okay.
At least not for 4 days.
So now my question to
If
my
you're
question,
really interested.
my question
say
to
that.
the fellas and Kev, and we got a few fellas in the background. Have y'all ever had a woman come to your crib on the first
Wait,
time?
before you go there, let me just.
Because I feel like we all.
Wait,
Let me
but
just-
no,
he
before
skipped
we
you,
get to that,
skipped-
yeah,
oh,
before
yeah,
we
yeah,
get
yeah,
to
yeah,
that, I just want to say that if you invited me over on a candlelit dinner
Uh-huh.
and it's the first date,
First date. I'm saying come to
if
the
we
crib.
been
Correct. Are you
hold
going?
on, if we been
I'm not
talking on the
going.
phone and we
She
got
going.
a good vibe,
She's
I'm
going.
I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. 'Cause I appreciate the effort. It's
Okay.
the effort it's the thought that counts.
Damn.
It's the thought
you
that
know if
counts.
he's a killer or
Hold
not?
on, it's the thought that counts. But I'm the type of chick I walk with shit in my bag. So
I'm not gonna
trust
lie.
and
There's
believe
only so much
and-
you could do in somebody's
and- no,
space.
no, no.
You
in
walk in my
somebody's
house.
Let me tell you
space.
If you put your
something.
bag down and like a weapon fall out, you gotta leave. You gotta get the fuck out. Get the fuck out
My
my crib.
location is on my phone. Trust and believe. My cousins do know my every move.
You know how many
Um,
females get kidnapped? sis?
Listen, I understand
Sex
that.
trafficking is
But
a
why
real
he gotta be a
thing.
I'm
kidnapper?
putting that
Why
airplane
he
mode
come to
on.
the crib?
Niggas
Like,
just-
why he gotta
it
be a
might
All
not
killer?
right, we
Why
gotta
he
switch
just
it up.
be
We gotta
crazy?
switch it up.
But
We
wait,
hung
this
out
is-
before.
Right.
We hung out
Wait,
before.
no.
He don't want that scenario.
This is why
I'm
I
talking
asked.
about if y'all never hung out before.
Hold on, wait. But this is
And
why
I'm-
I asked, what
Go
do y'all
ahead.
consider dating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because and it's, I don't know who said it, but somebody said when we get to the courting stage, right?
Yeah.
So dating looks one way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Female's perspective.
From a female's perspective.
Absolutely.
Courting is another thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Am I right? In
This is
from my perspective,
there's a big
They both the
pyramid.
same shit.
if we date, no, absolutely not. If
What?
we're dating,
Uh-huh.
like it is what it is. Like whatever I present, whatever, like you could kind of take it or leave it at that.
Until you get to the courting stage.
When we get to the courting stage,
I'm
now,
interested.
I need to be a little bit more intentional. I
Right.
need to be a little bit more like detailed. I need to be a little bit more aware when we're courting. When we're dating, it's kind of like I'm just kind of seeing what,
But most people correlate
is-
those two things
and
as
they're not the
one.
same, and
And
that's
this
why-
is the
But
difference.
shouldn't
That's
you
why
date
niggas
with
get fucked up.
intentions though? Like because
Everybody doesn't date with
You can date
intention.
with
everybody doesn't date with intention, and I feel
Yeah.
like dating is an open forum. But at
Yeah.
the same
Because
time,
it's dating.
if you want what you want, you should be dating with intentions.
But you won't know that
You don't-
until you
yeah.
date. And then
I'm
you
sorry,
court.
I know what I want. I'm sorry.
You don't know what you want to after you
can't-
spend enough
No,
time
I
with the
can't
know
jump
person.
straight to courting.
Like-
Until you, you gotta
can't
spend
go
enough
straight-
time with the
no,
person
you cannot
first.
go straight to courting, but I also know what I want, and I,
wish
also
you
know
could,
what I'm
though.
not going to tolerate.
I
either.
wish we had disclaimers,
facts. Like,
I'm tolerating bullshit.
what's bullshit?
but you gotta go through
what's
the dating
bullshit to
stage
you
to
might not
get
be
to the
bullshit to somebody
bullshit.
else.
And that's a fact.
Yeah.
It's subjectable. However, I know what I
So
want.
what are your non-negotiables?
So my non-negotiables.
And without saying anything about cheating, don't mention cheating or loyalty. Don't mention neither one of those
Just
two
say
things.
through the dating
now let me
stage
hear
first.
let me hear what your non-negotiables
My
are.
non-negotiables is you not being able to speak up. Communication is number one for me. Like I hands down need communication. Like that's first and foremost. Secondly, if we're not spending no time together, then you can't be here. Period. Like, cause it's what are we doing? If
What
you
is- what
can't
is
tell me
spending
what
time-
it is that if you can't tell me what it is that you want and we are going with the flow, dub. I don't go
So
with
what does
flows.
spending time look like to you?
Spending time is you actually making the effort to come and see me. Come spend time with me. Come in. Let's walk through the park. Something like
Is
I
that
don't
a
want
part
to
of
be a
dating?
hopeless romantic.
Is that a
but
part of courting or dating?
That's dating, right?
I would think at that point, because now you have those are expectations.
Right.
I would think
This
those
is
are
why
I would
I
think
asked
that's
the
the courting
question.
stage.
Yeah, but those
if
are
any
and
female
if we
wants
saying it's
that,
more
though,
intimate
to
like-
too.
tell me about I have to spend time with you.
I
Like,
have
first of
other
all,
niggas to see.
Relate. Yeah,
I
like I got
can't-
other women to
what are you-
see.
Like, I'm dating.
You're crazy. Like I'm dating.
Now, if that's the
I'm going
case, then
to-
I'm not dating you. I'm fucking with you.
See,
That's
but
the difference.
Wait,
If I got
No.
that's after dating. I
Nah.
you know fucking with you before. Like you're trying to see who you
No.
want to
See,
fuck
and
with.
this is why I asked that question, right?
It's
This
a
is why I
very
asked that
fine
That's why I
line.
said, what does dating look like? Because people
Right.
say, oh, when we dating, you got to do blah, 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 blah. It's like, hold on a
But
second.
if there's an
like,
I'm
understanding
dating
of,
you, and you.
Okay,
But this is
yes,
why I
but
said
there's
I
an
don't know yet.
understanding of I'm not your man and you're not my girl. Yes, there's an understanding, but my thing is I like to date with intentions. I want to be able to.
So you won't date
not
multiple
necess-
people?
I kind of will date multiple
So
people.
you can't
But
date
you
with
have
intentions.
to.
However, if there's that one that really has my interest and I'm stuck on that, I'm not dating anybody else because
Yo.
I honestly want to see where it goes.
Yo, I
So
had.
now
hold
you-
up, hold
now
up,
you
hold
go
up.
to court.
Hold up. I seen this. It was a video, and I don't even know the guy. I follow him or whatever. But he was like, why would you females,
My bad.
as soon as you find somebody you like, you let go of all your other options and focus on that one person. Now, the point of dating is to see if that person hits on the mark for where you want, or do multiple people, or whatever you need to pick out to weed out the bunch. But the problem is a lot of females, we see something we like. It's like they say, you go to the store and you don't even look around the store. You just like, oh, I'm buying this. Not to say you didn't even knew what you wanted. You just like, oh, I like this, I'm buying it. You don't even shop. You don't even go around to see what you like. You just like, fuck it. This shit lit up for me when I came in the store. I want it. You have to at least be able to go see what you like first before you say, all right, he's showing me the most attention or he's doing these things right initially, for you to even come to that conclusion of like, all right, well, all these other people ain't doing what they want, I'm gonna go with him. Like, or like you said, like, I like what I like and I'm gonna go with him, but you didn't even probably give the other people the same chance.
But what if you did that already and you've
did
been in
what?
the dating pool a while and you've already like weeded out what it is that you like, don't like, you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna do that. Like, you like red, black, blue, you don't care for orange and yellow. What if you did that already?
A lot of females
and
are gonna
now
hate
you
me.
come across that one guy.
A lot of females are gonna hate me for what I'm about to say.
You
Let's
come
hear
across,
it.
hold on, you come
Talk
across
to
that
them.
one
They gonna
guy
hate me.
that's
People.
just like,
I'ma
all right,
hear you.
boom, and
I'ma
he's
hear
marking,
you.
hitting all those checks, and it's like,
So,
all right,
hold
now
on.
it feels different.
You're
I wanna
gonna
zero in with
hate
that
me.
guy.
So
What
let
I'm
her
about to
speak.
say.
I want to hear this.
A lot of us want what we want, but that's not for us. So yes,
That's a
like you
fact.
said, you've been in a dating pool for a while. This person hits the mark, and he might hit the mark based on what you experience, but a lot of shit that we want is not for us. And what I'm saying is, if you don't even date outside of what your expectations are, like you said, how would you know exactly what works from what doesn't work if you're only going with what your expectations are versus actually what you might need?
Okay,
And those are two
that's
very
fair.
different things.
Bars.
That's
Very
what I'm
much so
saying,
is.
because
What you need and what you
me
want
as
is two different
me
things.
as a female, I had to sit back and say, like, all right, I dated a couple dudes, this ain't work out. It might be me, because 9 times out of 10, it might be you. And I'm saying that from not a female or a guy perspective, but 9 times out of 10 is us, because we know what we want and we not stop until we get that, and really that's not what we need.
And the crazy thing is, and I want to add to that, and this is the reason why I asked y'all this question earlier about the first date. I don't have no money, and I'm asking you to come over my crib, right? I want to make you dinner or whatever it is, right? See, the reality of it is, right? There is a 50-50 chance that guy might be a fuckboy, right? He might be some killer. He might be some rapist. But then also there's still that 50-50 chance to where he might be a really genuine guy. And he's in between going through whatever he's going through. And he might really be a genuine guy. So now the difference is this, right? There's two different things. And I'm glad she pointed out. There's things that you want and there's things that you need. And those two, most of the time, do not look the same.
At all.
What you need may very well be totally different than what you really want. The problem is, and I personally feel like, and once again, this is my own opinion on the matter, men will be more conformed to deal with what they need versus what they want over women. I feel like women stick to in their minds of what they want and then don't really understand that this man that been around you, that been hollering at you, He's what
All
you
those
need,
boxes
but
already.
you've been passing him so many times.
And
for
that
him.
word
happens a lot of
expectation.
times.
It's
You've been
that word
passing him.
expectation.
Now I'm
You
gonna
have
tell
an
you.
expectation in your mind of what you
You've been
think it's supposed
overlooking
to
this
look
nigga
like. Yeah.
because he don't look like what you think he's supposed to
Right.
look like. He don't move like what you think he's supposed to move like. He might not got the money that you think like he's supposed to have. You've been overlooking him. But let me tell you now, flip side.
I was about to say, because it's fair to say that men do the same
Men
thing.
do it too.
They do the
But
same thing.
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm not even trying to bash no men out here.
No, I'm
Y'all
gonna tell
do
you,
the same
men do it
thing.
too. But the
Humans,
difference is, men do it too. But the difference is, right? A man could understand, and I'm not gonna say all the time, but most men that realize that, yo, this woman is literally everything I'm looking for. And she might not be fully exactly what I would want her to look like, but you know what? At the end of the day, I could be wrong,
For the other boxes.
but most men have realized and understand, like, you know what? She checking off all these other boxes that I feel like I need. She's giving me the energy that I'm looking for, that I
Eventually.
like like I need.
Eventually, I realize that.
I mean, well, we do.
Yeah,
Okay,
y'all
you
do it
can
a
say
lot
eventually.
later than we do, but
I'm just saying, like, I think the criteria on what we're willing to accept and deal with is like, I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think women in their mind have a way higher ceiling in their mind of who they are compared to what they're receiving. And I personally think that women, you've been told, and this is not to take away nobody from being beautiful or pretty, right? But I think women are normally told a lot about, like, you know, you this and you that, and niggas be lying.
don't
Niggas be
expect nothing less than.
yeah, like niggas be lying. Niggas
Yeah.
that make you think in your mind your pussy good, but baby, your pussy was trash. He just
It's because
he just didn't tell you.
he didn't want you to go nowhere.
And here's the thing. The crazy thing is, the number one thing that you hear women always say is, I never heard any complaints. And it's like,
We say that shit too.
I'm just saying, more women say it than men. And I feel like more women are able to say that more than men, because
Based
the
on what they've been
reality of it
told,
is,
right.
even if we really got a complaint or not, 9 times out of 10, we're not telling you anyway.
not.
We don't walk
You
up to you and
gonna
be like,
eat
yo,
it.
baby girl, your pussy was trash.
Niggas gonna hit anyway.
Niggas still gonna fuck
gonna
next
hit
week
anyway.
just because,
Absolutely.
he
They
might
double
go on
it
his
back.
phone.
They double
It
it
might be
back.
one of them nights. And you know what?
You available.
This is what's available. So
And that's real
that's
shit when it
fucked
comes
up.
to niggas, difference between niggas and females.
A woman gonna say, yo, I never got no complaints. And it's like, baby, he just never told you.
I hate you.
He just never told you.
So wait, what did I miss?
So I was pretty much explaining to them, like, what you need and what you want, most of the time looks very different.
Very true.
Those are two different looking situations. Now, it's this man that this woman might have been, she been overlooking, right? Because he don't look the way she might want him to look. He might not, have the money she might not be wanting him to have, but he might be exactly what she needs. And that man is being overlooked. Why? Because she's chasing something else. And in reality,
the list that they had.
yeah, in their mind of what they think who they are to themselves in
What
their
they-
own mind.
What they deserve.
So you feel like this is what you deserve. I really deadass had a woman tell me straight up that she deserved to be treated a certain way because this is the guidelines of what these women that look like her gets treated. I'm like, hold on. You're pretty much telling me that what you want out of your relationships is what you see on social media.
Right. What you see other people doing.
Or what you seeing what's going on with other people.
facade, right.
You're basing your life on what you see in other people.
So what do you do with that information?
Nothing. I leave it there.
Okay. And
Drop the
so
ball.
you see, but this is what I'm trying to say.
Nothing.
People need to do that.
I leave it right there.
When you realize something doesn't serve you, like it doesn't and it could be right in the beginning of a situation, or even somewhere close to like, okay, wait, we getting somewhere. As soon as you realize there's something about that shit that just don't work for you,
Don't ignore the red flag.
you should clip that, because you only saying that now, and then it's gonna manifest itself later on,
And it turns into resentment.
and you resent that person, and
Absolutely.
then now those conversations turn into arguments that were just. Oh,
Well,
we
I
just talk
could have
ever so
had a
freely.
nigga that could have did this, but I fucked with you because you said No,
But nobody
sis,
told
like,
you to.
Nobody
though.
told you.
He looking at you like,
Nobody told you to.
So
All right,
what?
you got swindled. That's all right.
Still
I
got
just-
that kill.
Right.
Still got
like,
that kill,
whatever.
right? Yo,
But I feel like females can't even like they can't. Granted, okay, what you need and what you want is two different things, but it's also what you're willing to reciprocate also, because you can't come to. I can't come to a dude and be like, yo, I want A, B, C, X, Y, Z, but I'm not giving you
Which is
anything
what
like
he
that.
just
And
said,
Kev,
based
I know
off
you
of
don't
you-
like
the way you
term,
look.
Don't
Based off
what
the
do
way
you
you
bring
look.
to the table? But
Right.
at least that should be the thing that you
shit.
do.
Right.
Yes, I've been watching.
Heard that. Okay, yeah, I don't believe in that.
It's a
Right,
derogatory
but not
term.
in that
very-
sense.
it's very,
yes,
uh,
not in that sense of adding pressure as to what do you bring to the table. No, is what are you willing to reciprocate?
The
Because
balance.
if you want that from me, or if you're expecting that from me, then shouldn't I expect that from you as well?
For me at least, I think it's very difficult these days to get past all of these imaginary expectations and shit
That's what I said.
to find out if you even like the person. Like, do we just like each other? Like
Right.
at that, just
Can we
like,
just start there?
do we like
Let's
each
not
other?
ask me what you want from me and what you need.
Because
or,
I'm not even there
because,
yet.
Like, I need to see if I even genuinely
Can we
like
be in
to
the same room?
speak to you
Like, do we
for
fuck
more
with
than
each
2
other?
hours.
Yeah, like,
or even eat with you, because sometimes you can't even eat with a person and enjoy the conversation with them because you too
How
busy
about
worried about
just being
what
able
she
to
about
just-
to order on the menu or what you about to order.
Yo,
How
I'm
about
about to-
just being able to sit in a room with a person and just be like?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Like, even
just
if we don't
it. Like,
talk.
you
So-
don't even
Free
have to
dates?
have a
That's where the free
conversation.
dates
Just
come
be
from, though.
like.
I'm about to say something that I know most people are not gonna like.
Up here he
Per
comes.
usual.
Ladies,
Per
brace
usual, right?
yourself.
Jesus Christ.
The internet about to get you.
The truth of the matter is, for me, I don't really know if I really want to be with the person, if I really like them until after I have sex with them. Because
Why?
at that,
I'm not even acknowledging. You're a horny nigga. And this is what I be talking about.
I'm being
This
real.
is what I be talking about, though.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because I think before you actually having sex, you could have genuine
Post-nut clarity?
post nut, right? no, what is it? Pre-nut. Sorry, pre-nut. So before you have sex, you could genuinely fuck with somebody's energy, right? And you could genuinely, like talking to them, like seeing them, and like hanging out with them, right? But for me, in my mind, that's still during the chase, right? That's the chase period. And to keep it all the way real, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person, but like, I'm a hustler. So I actually enjoy the chase. I enjoy the whole thing about
The process.
I enjoy the process of it. Like I really genuinely love that shit, right? And that's I'm talking about that's me in life. Like I enjoy the process of going out and having to get my own dollar. I don't know where my next dollar gonna come from, so I gotta go get it. I enjoy that shit. Now it's the same thing when you're dealing with women. Like now, the difference maker, and this is kind of what I was telling in the last episode, is like there are definitely things that I want to do outside of sex. There's definitely things like I don't only just want sex. However, I know the difference in the energy that after I have sex now, and I still want to be around you, I still want to dedicate that same type of energy. I still want to talk to you. I still want to do all the things.
That's a gamble. You're gambling.
Right.
But for me, this is how I know mentally, like, yo, this is real. Like, this is a real
not gonna
thing
lie, I
in
think
my
you're-
mind.
I don't want to say your
He's
standards is
a
fucked up,
wild boy, son.
but
Like,
I do
I
think there is
Because at that point now,
something's off.
no, it might be. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Because
how
at
do
that
you
point,
even get your? I'm not gonna say for females. Most females are not getting wet for a nigga if they're not even mentally attracted to them enough to even want to fuck. So you're just like, fuck it, let me fuck to see if it's real.
No.
But
That's
like-
not what I'm saying. Let me clear myself up. I'm not saying. No. That's not what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
I get what you were saying.
That's
I
not
get
what
what
I'm
you were
saying.
Because sometimes when you are chasing a woman and
It's different.
It's not
after.
what I'm
chasing
saying,
her,
everybody.
you
I need
could
y'all-
be chasing her just to
I'm
have
just
sex.
saying.
You could be.
I'm just saying.
Could
I'm
be,
just
right?
saying. Most of the time, the energy is switches. It's like if I'm calling you and we didn't have sex before. To be real with you, I don't know how I'm gonna feel after. I don't know how I'm gonna feel
fucked up,
a month from now. I'm keeping it
That's
real.
crazy though.
I don't know.
But this is why some niggas
But
jerk
the
off
truth of
before
the
they
matter-
go
On
lick
a date,
it. Yeah,
right.
because it's like Cause you want to see it. Do I even really want to go
I
on
really
this shit?
like-
But
but I
now,
really
but now
wanna
think
talk to
about
you.
this though.
I bet I did.
If we
let's
already
go.
had sex, if we already, was doing all of that, and I still genuinely just want to call you because I just want to hear your voice.
What if you don't?
Uh-huh.
Then what?
I'm just saying, if that's how I feel,
After sex,
Then-
what if you don't like her no more?
then I don't
And
know.
she checked
Then
off
you-
all the boxes
Then you know it was.
emotionally for
Then
you
you know he was
clearly.
just. You was chasing the
You was
sex.
chasing the pussy then.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't know.
Yo, so he already made it clear he don't know where his next dollar coming from. Vi clearly he live a wild life.
No. I know
wild
where my
nigga.
next dollar. I'm just saying. When I say I don't know where my next dollar come from, I'm just saying like I'm a hustler. You feel
Your
me?
life
Like
is-
I don't have a
live
I don't
for the
have
thrill,
a
yo.
job. Like
You
I don't
live for the
have
thrill.
I don't have a
You a
job.
podcaster now.
I would hope it. You know what I mean? Really. No, but look, I don't have a regular job. Like I create, I eat what I kill, and I created my company. I literally eat what I
All right.
That was good.
kill. You know,
I'm listening.
I'm just saying.
I mean, technically, you should eat what you kill.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why
Like,
it hurt you.
I'm
putting
just
your dick in
saying.
it, you might
I'm
as
just
well,
saying.
you know what I'm saying?
So like with my
Aggressive.
company,
Just saying.
Aggressive.
like
My fault.
like with my company, if I don't promote, if I don't do the things I need to do to bring in that customer clientele, like there's no money.
Right.
You feel me? So, and I enjoy that. I enjoy promoting. I enjoy marketing. I enjoy going doing all those things that bring in the food. So I'm just saying it's the same thing now. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me fucked up. I want to make myself very clear, right? I'm not dating or just speaking to no one just to fuck and then trying to figure out later. What I am saying is I did realize the difference level on how much I really want or really is intrigued by someone. I realized the difference after sex.
No, I get that. I understand. That.
That's all I'm saying. I realized the difference after
There's
sex.
always a difference after sex.
No, because I think for some people, like regardless to the sex or not, I think some people, if they just genuinely like you, they could just genuinely like you. You know what I'm saying? They could just genuinely fuck with your energy.
So, do you think there's a time period on when you should have sex?
No. It could
Okay.
no, I don't think there's no time. I think it could be on the first night, it could be on day 60. It don't matter. I just think and the reason why I don't believe in time periods
Not
is
chasing
because
for 60 days.
you know, I might.
Not you,
You're
Jay.
not chasing for
All you
60
chasing
days,
for
though.
60 days, no box, still taken out.
Yes, I might still take out.
No.
Depending.
Hold on.
There's no mic.
Hold on. Niggas play the long game.
Yes.
They do because
Niggas
they got
might
other
later-
bitches to fuck.
It's not even about having other bitches to fuck.
I might.
No, it's
I
not.
might.
That's
I
not
might.
why.
It
Day
be.
60, day 120, whatever that day, I might still. You know why? Because the truth of the matter is, and now this is the flip side to it. I genuinely like to hang out. Like I genuinely like to do shit. And I don't have to be in the crib. I like to go out because I just like to do that. So and it's always better to be with women hanging out.
Absolutely.
So and here go the other crazy thing. I could see her, don't even want to deal with her in no kind of light. But I know I'm going to the club.
We outside.
I'm a hitter. Yo,
We outside.
pop out.
That's why I have a lot of
I
male
got
friends.
a table. Pull up.
I have a lot of
And I
male
don't even
friends,
want to
yeah.
fuck shorty. I
It's
just
not.
like
It's
I
just
just
cool
like the
vibe.
energy of hanging out with women. So yes, I still might actually take out.
Nah, I believe that.
Like
because niggas play the long game. Like niggas don't have to hit
At all.
for years. Like for
Years.
years.
Yeah.
Some of them know
And,
it's
and
gonna
then
come
when
back.
you get it, it's still
Yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah. I knew it.
Yeah.
I know
Stupid.
it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not even stupid. It's
Yeah.
just like, damn, why you made me wait all this fucking time?
It ain't. But it don't even be that. Sometimes it just be the circumstances.
true.
Like it be
She might
sometimes
be
it be
in the
distance.
line
She
up.
might have been in a
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah,
You might have
yeah,
been in a
yeah.
relationship, but you still know like yo shit. If I ever
catch her,
Slapping them cheeks.
catch her like.
boss her ass.
You know what I'm saying? So I do think niggas play the long game for sure. Those are
Yeah.
dangerous.
And
that's
but
a
see-
dangerous nigga.
But see, here's the difference though, right? Now, I personally feel like no woman should base when she give her coochie up to time. And the reason is because whatever that man is gonna do after, he gonna do it regardless if it's day 1 or if it's day 120.
True.
Or if it's day 360. Like, if that man already got it in his mind of however he gonna move after the sex,
Most men know off of initial contact.
so
Yeah.
whatever day you choose to have sex with the man, it don't change his action after. Now, the difference is though, you gotta be comfortable within yourself whenever you do decide to give up some pussy. Like, be comfortable in that, knowing that however this shit go, left or right, this is something that I genuinely want to do. And be comfortable within that. Don't worry about
what happens before and after.
Well, don't worry about if that nigga chooses to be a fuckboy and say, I hit it, now I'm out of here.
Fuck it, you got what you wanted.
So then the energy should be from that woman, well, I got what I wanted
both
to.
parties.
Absolutely.
Let's not.
Women can't do that.
You don't think so?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Women cannot do that.
I think some could. Some could.
Absolutely. Why
I
can't
do believe
Women
some
are
can.
too, and this is not. And let me just.
You-
I don't.
before
I'm
you
not.
continue,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
She said that women are not getting wet for guys that they're not attracted to. So how
Mentally.
you could just hit it and quit it for a guy, like what you do?
some people, it's not a mental thing. Some people are literally attracted to the person's physicality and they just want to fuck them.
No, I agree with that. I think that's very
what I'm
possible.
saying. So a female can
My
do
thing-
that.
All right, so it's possible that a woman could do that and be detached
They
from.
do.
I think what we're talking about, though, is when you like somebody and you really, like, you're interested in them,
No way, yeah. You're not going to
I
let
think
it go
a woman, when
that
you,
fast.
it's going to be difficult for her to say, like, oh, I'm willing to just give him, or I'm willing to have sex knowing this is not going anywhere.
Not going nowhere. Right.
I think that is difficult.
You're absolutely right. Because then it's up. Then you're just
It depends
second
on
guessing.
the
Because you
female,
gambling.
too.
You gambling.
second guessing.
He not gambling, you are.
Yeah, but
Right.
that's my point. Then you
depends on
shouldn't.
the female,
Then
too.
in that case, you shouldn't have sex with him because you at that point you're not doing it because that's just genuinely what you
Wanna
want to
do.
do. You're doing it because you think that's what he wants.
Right.
You're doing it
And
for
that's
him.
not what you want.
Yeah, but if you don't want to have sex, then you shouldn't. That's
just
just
Shouldn't do it.
you
period.
just
do
shouldn't.
it.
That's why I
Yeah.
said it got to be a comfortable thing for you. Forget about me. Don't care about what I want. Don't care that you think that's
Because
gonna make
V.I.
me
gonna play
drunk.
the long game. He gonna wait for it whenever.
He said 60 days.
No, what I'm saying is, don't worry
He checking
about.
off the calendar. Date
Check
4,
off the 8,
date
yo,
7.
Look,
All right.
you stupid.
I'll be back in New York
Don't-
in a month.
Don't
Let me see it. Let me see if she pulling up to my hotel room when I get back.
don't worry about my feelings or what I got going on. Worry about yourself in that moment.
So let me ask this question, right? Do you think sometimes the sex is mutual, or you feel like sometimes some person usually feels obligated? Not obligated is a harsh
kind of
word,
sex is
but
nasty. That's whack.
but
I
my
hate
point is sometimes, like you said, the girl be like, "All right, he wants some buns. I'm a little horny. Fuck it, let me give him some pussy."
Nah, I don't want that
my
kind of
thing,
pussy.
but my thing is
don't want
Give
it
me the other
happens.
kind.
I don't want that 'cause
But
I
it
ain't-
Give me the other kind. I don't want that one.
It happens, but my thing is, after that happens, right? What type of conversation is that after that happens? Like, where do you go from there? Because it's not like you really wanted a relationship. You really didn't, like, you know what I mean? Or one person wanted the relationship or want something else, and you were just like, fuck it, I was horny. I did. You feel
Again,
me?
you gotta, like I said, you gotta be very choosy.
What's the
and careful
conversation after that?
who you laying down with, because if sex for you is really important and
Right.
it's
And emotional.
and it's an emotional, it's an
Attachment.
attachment.
Right.
Attachment.
You gotta be careful who you lay down with,
Right.
and that's
Yeah,
that's
'cause
your responsibility,
You creating
that's
them
why I
soul
say-
ties,
not the other
like-
person, because
And
you can very well
that's
be
where the
attracted to
unnecessary
someone,
babies come from too.
and you can like, and we gotta understand, you could like somebody without it being like you could like someone.
Yeah, like them.
That is okay.
It's regular.
You could like someone,
It
you
don't
could be
have to be about
attracted to them.
sex.
It don't have to be about sex, but it also don't have to be about a relationship.
Facts.
It could be
It don't have to
genuinely
go
like-
there because you like the person. Like, you could
Facts.
just
Some
like them.
people don't know how to separate that, and
You
that's
don't have
the
to.
problem.
You don't gotta. It
They
does not
think-
have to be like, oh my god, he said he liked me, so that means, because I feel like once you say certain things to a woman,
They automatically
They
like,
It's like,
romanticize
we in
those things.
relationships.
And then
Yeah.
they
you tell a
want
woman you
more
like
than
her,
that.
and it's like now, like we had the relationship shit conversation. Like, I don't think me holding the door open for you if we go out, or me being a gentleman to you in certain places is me doing relationship shit. I'm just a gentleman, right? I just happen to like you.
weird for somebody to think
No,
but
people
see,
think
you
that
gotta-
doing
you gotta
people think
understand-
doing certain things
obviously
because you
do.
like me.
Definitely
Because you like me, you can't do certain things because that means it's relationship shit, and it's like,
But
nah,
then,
bitch,
Kev,
I like you.
I do believe there are some things that's relationship geared.
No, it's not.
What's the example of that, VR?
All right. So I said this in another episode. I feel like when you are putting that person in a position that you will put, let's say, your boyfriend or girlfriend in that position, then I feel like that's relationship. So
What does that mean?
That was mad vague.
no, I'm
Yeah.
just saying. So whatever that position is, so like meaning, right? Like I used laundry as an example last time,
Mhm.
right? So
But you just want a maid. So
no, I don't want a maid.
You do, because
I don't
anytime
want a
we talk
maid.
about like relationship
He
shit, like
talking about
you
somebody
start talking
cleaning
about
up some
chores.
shit, right?
Yeah, like niggas start talking about chores.
The reason, but look,
Shit, like, but
If you're
look,
not
look,
doing my
bro.
laundry, you're not my girl.
No,
Nigga
I-
said
You
nah.
can't sit on the couch and on the internet be like,
Nigga just be
No,
talking,
no,
nah, son.
I'm
That
just
ass.
saying,
roasted.
the reason why I use those things as an example, because those things that I could do for myself, those things that I should be able to do for myself, right?
Yeah, but you
So-
want a maid. You want somebody to do it
No,
for
no,
you.
no, no, no.
I don't think
hear me
that's
out. Hear me out.
a girlfriend's job.
I feel like the fact that I'm comfortable with another person washing my drawers, that's not that I'm not paying to do it. I personally feel like we're now tying different things intertwined with like relationships, because let's be honest, she's not washing my drawers just because I asked her.
Yeah, and she also not washing your drawers off the first time you told her to come to the
Right,
crib.
to come to your crib.
Because you
Eat
wanted to
some
cook a
dinner.
candlelight dinner for her.
And washing dishes for me too.
This is
while
my
you
point.
here.
So I think, but this is why I
But
say,
listen, but if we're in a relationship,
but that's,
if
of
we're
course, you in a relationship.
she's not gonna have a problem with washing my drawers, especially if she got the time to do it.
What
If
I
you
don't
That's
ask
what
her.
I'm saying.
What if I don't want to?
I mean, you don't want to. I'm just saying. People.
But what I'm talking about
just
is
talking about
dating.
the things.
If you dating or you in a space with somebody and y'all just like each other, you didn't make no establishment that
I'm
y'all
just
are in a
talking about-
relationship.
I'm just talking about the things that people are more prone to be willing to do
I think
with
that's a
their
reach.
significant other.
You reaching like
don't
laundry
think
and
that's a
chores
reach.
is way too.
I think an example might be you're taking them to like family events. You're
Right,
buying
introducing
them
them to
things.
friends.
You're taking them. I'm not going to say taking them with chips. That's a whole nother conversation. All I'm saying is it's like certain things you're doing that you would do, which is significant other.
think
You
the
wouldn't
family
do with
shit
just
is-
like, you feel me? Like you
Somebody
have
asked
them
that question.
introduced
How
to all of your
long
lifestyle.
before you introduce somebody to your family?
Right.
I don't think it's a matter of how long. I think it's a matter of
How serious?
If how
How
serious
serious
you're
how
gonna
serious.
choose to keep that
because
person
if I
around.
could tell, I could tell very very quickly.
Whether I'm gonna see you for a long term.
I know. So
Most
it's
guys
like,
do. That's what I said. Most guys
So
do.
how do you know right away?
How do I know right away?
Yeah.
Chill. Chill. Niggas trying
He
to
put
line me.
everybody on the spot.
But no, I mean, look, no. The reality is, for me, I'm not sex driven. So like, I could see a woman that's I'm physically attracted to, but I'm not like a super horny nigga. I don't sexualize everything. So like, that's not where I go first. Like, so for me, like, you really had to be able to keep me interested in,
After the attraction.
in so many other ways after the fact, because I see beautiful women all the time. So it's like,
Okay, what now?
all right, can we actually talk? I don't spend enough time communicating, so it's like when we do, are you gonna leave some type of impact? Or are you gonna leave some type of something that makes
But
me
wanna
want
talk
to
to you again.
come back to you? Like, and it's not about something physical. That's where for me, like the value gets started.
Value.
Value, like there has to be value there. So for me, once I start feeling like there's value there, and I start feeling comfort in that situation, okay. And not the kind of comfort where it's like, oh, I'm comfortable. I could lay up off of what I've been doing to keep her. I don't mean that kind of comfortable. I mean comfortable like, oh my God, I could be myself. Comfortable where I could share things.
Vulnerability.
Vulnerable.
Right.
That's a big
Vulnerable.
word.
If I could be vulnerable in that situation, it's
That's
like,
it.
okay, you know what? There's definitely some value here. So I think at that point, it could be 2-3 weeks in, and I might have a family situation or a family event coming up, and it's like, yo, what you doing tomorrow? Like, put on a dress and pull up.
That's the test too sometimes. To see in certain environments other than a
And
date.
if you could be around my
obviously.
cousins, you good. Because if you can't, I ain't gonna lie, like it's not gonna
over
work
his
for you.
clip, but it's why I said sometimes it's a test. Sometimes not to say that you want to test them, but you have to see how they work in every dynamic of your life, regardless of if they choose to be around or not.
Yeah, and I don't think friends is a solid because I
I
can bring
wouldn't
you
say
around my
friends.
friends.
That's why I said family.
No.
Friends is not friends is whatever.
Friends accommodate whoever you bring around.
Yeah,
That's
and
why
and
I
I'm-
don't let people
and it's my
make
friends,
judgment
right?
calls off of
I'm
that.
sorry. They
No,
don't.
I mean I'm not saying accommodate, but
Girls
if
are corny,
you,
by the way.
if you're dating somebody,
Women are
he's gonna
corny.
bring this. He's gonna bring all. If he wants to, he can bring all 5 of his bitches around his friends, and they will act the same way. Nothing's
sis.
going to be different.
We gonna sis
Like,
you up.
you feel me? Like, that's it. You feel me? And
We gonna sis
I'm
you
only-
up,
say,
girl.
yo, man, I don't give a fuck what bitch I got
Who
on.
you
You sis.
bring? And I'm telling you that because I chill
gonna
with a bunch of
sis you up.
guys. So a bunch of guys, they be like, yo, yeah, Eb. Like, I'll bring one nigga around them. They be like, Eb, you bringing a nigga around us? Because I don't do that. But the fact of the matter is niggas will play it a whole different way. So,
I don't even want to hang out with my girl. She got a bunch of male friends. I ain't
But,
gonna lie.
but no. The thing about me dating, I only have a small group. So whoever I date knows exactly who I'm with, and that's who I introduce them to. There's never no disalignment. Like you're never.
You
gonna
ever
see
dated one of the niggas that you friends with?
Nah, absolutely not.
All right.
See,
That's where the trust factor always gets questioned because
I'm
it's
cool.
just
If
like,
you never did, then that's cool.
But my thing
I don't
is
care.
my small group is really like 6 years old and up. We grew up. We're brotherhood. I'm not brothering everybody like everybody does. That's brother. Nah, we not brothers. Like we not brother and sister. You'll fuck me if I'm drunk. There's a difference. So my thing is,
if you sober.
You should ask every guy that.
You
that
have
claim
to
they're your
have
friend,
that conversation.
If the opportunity came and we alone in a setting, would you fuck me?
Right.
You should ask every guy that.
Drunk, sober,
They gonna lie
naked.
and say no. They gonna
Nah,
lie.
niggas ain't gonna lie.
Some niggas
No,
is
some
gonna lie
niggas
and
is
say
real
no.
niggas. No, my niggas will tell you. They'll be like, listen.
I'm one of them niggas that
that
tell
my
you.
niggas will tell you.
Listen,
They'll tell you like, bitch, there's no way.
I could probably count on one hand how many women that if she ever was drunk, I would leave alone. And literally that.
Yeah, you gotta rephrase that. You gotta rephrase
That
that.
sounded
No,
wild.
all right,
You gotta
that
fix
sounded
that.
crazy. What I mean is,
Fix that shit.
what I mean is, in the situation that she said, let me make myself clear.
If the opportunity
presented itself, regardless to what the situation is, there's not a lot of women out there that I would be like, oh, you my sis, and I won't, you know what I mean? I won't put dick in you.
Right.
Like, like real talk.
This is what I'm saying.
See, y'all taking it one way.
There's
Y'all taking it
niggas that
one
will
way.
say-
Nah, I'm not taking it the wrong way. You just said
Have you called
put
somebody
dick in
sis
you.
that you want to put dick in?
It's crazy.
Absolutely, I did.
See,
don't
that's
do that.
where it gets
Yeah,
tricky.
nah.
I don't do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely, I
I'm not
did.
sissing up no girls that.
I'm not doing
I'm
that.
trying to touch.
I'm not
That's
pulling
crazy.
No,
up
I'm
my
not.
bro.
I might not be trying to touch, but I mean, let's be real. You know, if the opportunity,
happens, it happens.
if the opportunity ever
Sis
presented
is getting
itself,
fucked.
sis.
But my thing is,
sis.
Nah.
you see the
Sis.
problem with the bro and sis situation,
But
right?
I'm gonna be
You see?
real.
Because there's niggas like you that fuck it up for niggas that really.
Right, really,
That really be having girls that's like,
You
sis.
know what? You right. It's niggas like me.
And that's why I keep telling nigga he too horny.
It's niggas like me. But I'm really not even that horny though. That's the crazy
I'm not
part.
that horny.
I'm horny, but not that horny.
I think in that predicament, don't blur those lines.
Yes. Because
But she
when-
not sis,
when
don't
the
call her that.
sis
But that's
turns-
why. But that's why.
It
But
gets
that's why
crazy.
That's why nowadays, right? I'm very particular in letting people know like the real. Like listen, we not gonna just be friend. Like don't even look at me as just the bro. Like I'm letting you know right now. You can call me what you want. But
interested in
but I
might
want
happen.
I'm telling you.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you. Like
And
I'm
that's
telling
it.
you.
Why would you not
I'm
tell
telling you.
somebody like?
Don't let
play
me
that
catch
game.
you naked on payday.
Right.
Cause it's going down.
On payday?
That
Now
sounds.
it's
he's
a metaphor.
stricken and horny.
It's a metaphor.
Oh my god.
All right, no. Break that down. 'Cause I've never heard that before in my life.
Y'all never heard that
On
line
payday.
before?
Don't let me catch
I heard
you
a
naked
bunch.
on
I've heard a
payday?
bunch of metaphors in my life.
That's
I've
wild.
never heard
That's
that
wild.
one.
So
Yeah, explain that one, please.
it's
Yeah.
So wild boy.
Somebody
Listen.
out there is like, what day does he get paid?
what day
I
he
need
get
to
paid?
know.
Don't let me catch you naked on payday. It's
What?
crazy.
It's a metaphor. It's just a metaphor.
No.
That's
You
a
gotta
wild
explain
ass
that.
No, you gotta
See, y'all
explain
want to.
that
All
one.
right, look, let's
Explain
keep it
that
going
one.
now.
Matter of
Like
fact, that's a T-shirt. Somebody make that T-shirt. You gotta make
Yo,
that T-shirt.
I'm gonna edit this out so I can make the t-shirt. Because that's hard.
it was. Listen, let's move
Yeah,
along.
clean it up,
Move
clean that
along.
up.
Move along.
You can't even clean that up. It's over.
Move along. First off,
It's over.
So now
First
we
off-
know that VI is just gonna be tapping any and everything around
No,
here. That's
no,
on
I'm not.
payday.
On payday.
But on payday.
no.
On
It's
payday. You
it's
just
a
said don't let me catch.
metaphor.
It's a metaphor
I need you
for.
to explain that
For what?
metaphor. Break it
payday.
No,
down.
I don't want to explain it,
Can't
man. Leave me
explain that
alone.
shit.
And whose payday? Hers or yours? Like,
Right. It's going up.
What? On who's
whose
what?
payday? Yours or yours or hers?
It was supposed to be my payday.
Look at him stuttering again.
It was supposed to be my
Yeah.
payday, but it's just a metaphor. Please don't take that literal.
I'm
Somebody's
sure
taking
the
it very
internet
literal.
want to know what the metaphor
He get paid.
means.
He said, I don't know what my next dollar. Don't worry, she gonna stick around to payday.
She gonna stick around when the payday.
She just gonna be naked all the time, like, cause I don't know when. I don't really know when he get paid, so let me just be prepared. Like, that's crazy.
Yo, that's
hit you with the
Y'all,
desk
let me
crazy.
tell you, I gotta watch everything I'm saying moving forward.
Oh no, it's
fucking
too
with
late
y'all.
for you for that.
I ain't
It's
gonna
too
lie.
late for that.
We
already.
on a
The internet is
podcast.
already-
People are gonna take things exactly how
The
you
internet
say
is already
it.
I want to
commenting on
congratulate
this
us
one.
because we what? This 9 episodes in, and I ain't gonna lie. I thought we was gonna get canceled by like the second one.
Why? They love controversy.
Nah, we was not going down the right path. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shit was not looking.
We was going down the right path.
Shit was
man.
not looking good in my opinion. Like,
If you
at all.
don't get enough feedback, then you're not going down the right path. If you
Nah.
don't get people that literally want to cancel your shit, you're not going down.
I
the
do
right
appreciate
path. Have to.
this audience that we did create at this point. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to y'all, man.
And, we
See y'all on the
we
next
are gonna be
episode,
back,
man.
I promise. We're gonna be back.
Feedback.